Here we are with Godbound, Evicting Epistle, Season 1, Episode 3. I am Devin, the referee, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Nicole playing Thea.
Kevin playing the Crimson Marquis.
Tyler playing Mathilde.
Peter as Azazel the Goat-Headed.
Mark as Lothar the Slayer.
Perfect, gang. So, who wants to do a recap of last session?
Oh boy.
Iconoclasts suck.
Let's see.
Oh, wow, guys.
We found a crashed spaceship. Well, not a spaceship. We found a crashed ship from the Iconoclast. And it was crazy. It was all time and space dilating, and it was horrible, and we made a new friend. The Lich King, or the Horned King.
You mean an acquaintance?
Technically two acquaintances.
Because first we helped Mastema, the
We already knew
decapitator.
them. We were already friends with him, weren't
We
we?
had met him. You were already basically frenemies.
Some of you. I haven't met the
We were
guy
hashtag YOLO swag with each other.
What?
before. Future people tainted our world.
He taught me many important lessons of the art of clawing people's eyes out.
So yeah, we fixed the issue with the Iconoclast ship and have stripped it for parts. And we totally didn't have to do a sandworm hunt.
Yeah, you dodged that bullet.
Lothar just looks down disappointedly.
Aww. So,
It was a
like,
big
a week has
war.
gone by, and you drove home. Oh, also, Azazel did a Dominion project to raise the area into a fertile, beautiful landscape. And was all like, people, don't live in these little cities around the oasis. Live in this city. It's beautiful. Come over here. Worship me. Sacrifice your son to me, Abraham. All that stuff. I'll be back to check in on you.
Yep.
And they were like, you got it. They started digging a pit in the middle of town to throw their cans in. But they don't
Recycling.
But they don't own because they're simple farmers and fishermen.
They're serfs.
Why do you look so angry, Nicole?
I'm not angry, I was confused. Where are you talking about cans?
That's
'Cause I got it
They don't
jumped.
have it. He's a goat. Eats cans.
Okay.
Sacrifice
He's a
your cans
garbage
to me.
animal. He's a
Okay.
trash horse.
I'm a bottom feeder.
You know, raccoons are trash pandas. He's a trash horse.
Yeehaw.
He's a long ass bitch that eats garbage. The picture of that lion about to jump the giraffe saying, "Fight me, you long ass bitch."
Give me those
Lion.
lions that jump 30 feet. The lions that jump 30 feet.
Yeah. So like a week went by, and you went back to the area of the north you carved out for yourselves. Once you got there, the Vampire King raised a shockingly dense and well-constructed city in that amount of time that you guys now can just start to live in. What does it look like, Kevin?
It's got enormous skyscrapers full of, roof gardens and atriums. There's no windows on any of the buildings that face the east where the sun rises. It's
Smart.
east, right? There's like underground malls everywhere. Everything is like lit up in kind of a weird pastel-y, dreamlike color.
Does it kind of have that Gotham architecture from the animated series?
Oh yeah, there are
Like giant statues of men holding the world up coming out from the front of buildings.
men, gargoyles, things clinging to the sides of the building. There's a massive glowing skyscraper in the center, and there is a bullet train system that just kind of flows along like water. Makes like no noise as it moves.
That was something that someone brought up for the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. In the first Batman movie, Gotham was its own unique fictional city that had the trains in the background all the time. All the time there was the Wayne rail line. And then like for the next two movies, it was just Chicago. But they stopped photoshopping it to look like its own city and just like, it's a generic city.
Have there been accommodations made for my network?
Oh yeah, especially in the underground mall areas. There's like glass casing everywhere that the bioluminescent
Things.
bees and whatnot can flow in. So those are lit up by like glowing honey and bees and whatnot.
So if you go underground, there's like glass showing like giant, sprawling, enormous beehives with fluorescent insects.
I'm a little
everywhere.
concerned about that giant worm going through your city.
Giant worm? Oh yes. Don't worry, it's tamed.
Oh, good.
There's also like sprawling parks and whatnot around. A lot of this place is like a ghost town. There's not
enough people to fill
Enough
it
people
yet.
to fill it, so a lot of the stores are empty. It looks like a dirt mall. And
Coming soon. There's a lot of opening soon, coming soon. There's a lot of vacant, like, crane game and arcades everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the lights are glowing from inside the arcade, but no one's there managing it.
Yeah, the neat thing about this gift is that everything comes furnished. So there's furnishing everywhere, really elegant.
Like there's
everything.
food courts with like restaurants and stuff. They're just like coming soon, and there's like clearly deep fryers and stuff set up.
We're hiring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stranger Things season 3 is all about that. They released a trailer where it's like it's a mall, and like it's the cast is there, and like I'm working here now.
That's actually great, especially because malls
Were a
being
thing
in like the 80s. It was like a big part of the movie.
in the before time.
Yeah, before Amazon.
so it's like a weird '80s anime city full of soft lights.
I'm imagining strong Sailor Moon aesthetics.
Yeah, literally that.
Dream wave kind of thing going on.
Yeah, and just this massive tower in the center.
So I know you live in your vampire CEO tower, and I remember Thea, like Nicole and I were talking. There's a giant like earth womb underground where Thea set up shop. Where would you guys like to live? I think Kevin was talking to me about an airship dock, like a sky pirate.
That would be excellent.
This is part of a city, so it
Airports.
can literally be built. Yeah,
Yeah.
not with actual like
Staff.
staff or actual vehicles, just the accommodations basically.
There's an airport for pirates, a Tortuga, but skyscrapery.
It does have a giant skull on it that just opens out and...
We don't really go in for the skulls.
I don't think that's his aesthetic.
Yeah.
I was picturing your symbol being like the Jolly Roger, but it was like with goat horns on it. That's what I was picturing.
That's good. I might use that.
Maybe chains, like chains that have been shattered, and there's like an anchor
Yeah.
going through it.
Broken chains.
Yeah, but I was imagining like anchors crowbarring them apart. Because like boats. I don't know. It wasn't a very thought out idea. But broken chains is a good idea.
Yeah,
So-
because you're a god of freedom.
Yeah. Something in neon signs above the city streets.
Then, where would you guys live?
Lothar is kind of wanders around a lot.
You
You
be
know,
a bum in the parks?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
The atriums, hangs out with the gargoyles, that sort of thing.
the baseball field. You're just like, it's a plane.
Yeah, there's like big empty baseball fields and big empty football fields and stuff for like sports. There's like New York style parks and stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. He lands in the football field. I'm Lothar, god of the plains.
We made a plane for you.
Runs about with his arms spread out. Just,
Wee.
I was picturing Sound of Music.
A voice is whispering to you, if you build it, it will come. You're like, no, I'm good. It's fine. Not going to change a thing. And then Goat Monster.
Oh, I live in some lush parks or on the outskirts of the city with,
I had an idea because we were obviously workshopping this.
Yep.
For you to live in there's like a zoo area, but it's not like a zoo, but it's like, how zoos have like artificial caves and like artificial like structures for like exotic animals to live?
Yes.
Something like that in the city where like all of your billy goats and like your freaks hang out.
the petting zoo.
Caves full of like, trash and gold and stuff.
The dump.
You're just Danny DeVito now.
It's right next to it.
You got a place to scavenge from.
I'm Trash Princess.
That's my goat horse. People just keep piling things on. It's fabulous.
That crane just dumping it on. Just keep piling it. I'll sort it later.
I'm in my element.
So is that it? Is it the dump?
Sure.
Oh my god.
A mix of zoo /
Overgrown.
dump, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I ruined one of the forests.
Oh no, it's like, it's his area.
We needed waste management.
A bunch
so
of
now it's
bioengineered goats that can literally eat anything with
Those billy goats.
Yeah.
They're fucking nuts. So you have this beautiful neon ghost city. Clearly made for vampires.
Yeah.
It looks, I guess it'd be a lot like Dark City. Like the city from Dark City.
Yeah, a lot like that. A lot of the areas are connected through underground tunnels and whatnot, so that nobody ever has to walk on the streets, though there are really nice streets.
Can we transplant the plant people into like the forests and arboreums?
Yeah, they're just here. Some of them are just putting pants on and, hanging out in the malls.
They have jeans. Yeah, the malls, there's like underground parks and whatnot.
I really like the thought of the underground malls and stuff with all like you can see the hives in the walls and like it's glowing. That's really cool in my head. I would love that.
So yeah, city.
You have your city, which has a name that Kevin's still workshopping.
Considering Future's End, but it sounds a little too pessimistic when that seems like a really optimistic kind of...
That does sound really pessimistic. It also sounds antagonistic towards the future people. Like...
He's gone full native, oh god.
Yeah. So, it looks like your gear's been offloaded from your airship, so it's now fully yours again.
Yep.
They've pulled some of that stuff out.
Well, the refugees, we didn't, just leave back there.
Yeah, you live in this Kowloon walled city condo now. In the frozen north.
Enjoy air conditioning.
And heaters, presumably.
Like, this place has forests and stuff, but it's not like a bio city. It's not like an arcology. It's like the buildings are caked with frost and snow. It's going to take some time for that to fix. Some fertile land to show up. Or the sky to change its weather.
I can just spend one effort and we've got the fertile land.
Yeah, but it'll still be a frozen place. Sky controls the weather. He controls the sky.
We'll just find Summer and drag his ass over here.
Crucify him in the middle of the
Crucify him.
city. To a giant, in a giant, weird, abandoned circus tent.
I was picturing, straight up, out in the open, just,
To a
on
building.
one of those...
No, like in the middle of your city is an abandoned circus where that's, always glowing and has the lights on at night and there's shapes inside the tents and that's where you put Summer.
That'll change the atmosphere of the neighborhood.
Just put one in a tent on each side of the city when we capture them all and kind of have one open at a time whenever we feel like having a different season.
You just bring them out to perform. You're like, it's the summer circus, it's the fall circus, it's the winter circus.
Yeah.
Christ.
Or
And they're all treated like elephants are treated in modern day. Awfully. No, don't worry, they deserve it. These ones have souls and feelings and deserve it. Elephants don't, they're just peaceful, gentle giants.
She also thinks humans are cute.
They do.
Which...
The same part of our brain that goes on when we see a puppy or a kitten is what lights up for elephants when they see us, because we're little pink hairless rats that hang out with them.
They think humans are cute. That's the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
Too bad about the extinction we did.
Yeah. So yeah, Thea will go to her underground place and just start spreading her network throughout the entire city. Yeah.
Peace.
It's like a mile a day, so.
Yeah, it's gonna...
Everyone has Wi-Fi now.
Yep.
So there for a week, they're done.
Well, it's 52 miles. The square
You said
is
15.
52.
You said 52 and you corrected yourself to 15.
No, it's 52. I had to do one divided by 5. I'm talking about the entire hex. The entire hex around the entire city has become networked. Like 52 days. Or a Dominion change. You're just one Dominion change. It's plausible.
So, are there any other groups of humans around here we should look in on?
Mortals? Because humans don't exist.
Enlightened
That's right,
mortals.
Yeah, I think
Mortal
while
Sophons.
you're getting all set up, I'll take the ship out and I'll do some reconnaissance. And I'll try and see if anything is moving around through the nearby area.
I will.
Remember, this place is a blasted snow wasteland with mountains and little tiny lesser snowy places where people can kind of live. It's not unlivable, but it's pretty rough.
But there might be a breaker or something nearby.
Oh, definitely. There's you can spot them from here because the land is so desolate. There's a large ice mountain in the distance with things flying around it that's just walking around, and it creates a blizzard around it.
Glacier herders.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's one of the examples in the epic level handbook.
And those would have sentient life around it.
Oh yeah, they keep slaves.
Yeah.
They do stuff to them. Awful things.
So I'll be looking out for things like that.
Yep, there's stuff like that. You see a giant spider crawling on a mountain, and in its webbing, there's people tied around it that are walking with it on the mountain, bungee cords basically. Things flying in the sky in the middle of perpetual storms that show up. This place is lousy with them.
Yes, my plan is definitely to get rid of those. I don't know how strong these kinds of things are, but I'm sure we're fine.
It's gonna be fun.
Do we have any idea of which of those is the most evil and which is capable threat and which is we should avoid at all costs?
And there's no way to tell. They're all different and unique.
I mean, judging by size, let's roughly how it
Well, I was
works.
just wondering about legends and things like that and that kind of thing.
So many legends and conflicting stories and stuff. You can basically ask me, and I can give you a breakdown. You can be like, I want a breaker that we could fight. I'm like, here's a breaker you can fight.
Okay.
Just like that. Not even a question about
I
it.
mean,
You got a lot of info.
you look at it from the perspective of people. For people, every breaker is impossible.
Every breaker is
Fair, that's what the
impossible.
legends would all say.
Yeah. Yeah, to the northeast, at the peninsula of the area you live on, there's a lot of smoke and ash and coal and like lights, because there's an outpost there, or not an outpost. There's the colony is there, the
Manticore.
fortress vault colony of Manticore. They just landed down here with you.
Don't much care for them.
I mean, we should
They don't seem to build out that much. It's people have told that they build down.
Yeah, at some point we should visit our neighbors.
Or they can visit us. I mean, we're kind of a gigantic beacon now.
They're like, there's a spooky vampire city nearby. It's like, what isn't?
They're all
Gross,
vampires / capitalists.
Build another long range silo. It's like, long range for what? What's in the silo? Yeah, don't worry about it. Just build it. It's the new project this quarter. Silos.
With each of one of us in.
So, it sounds like Matael is patrolling for things. And let's go around and see what other people are doing. And then I will give you responses. Let's start with Thea. What are you doing?
I was going to propose to the group that we go and take out threats around the area, but Matteo is scouting for that right now. So.
Well, time is fluid, so
Yeah.
your meeting's going to come up. We're going to come to that last then. Vampire King.
I'm speaking with my vampires about kind of tracking down the villages that Matael finds, as well as Lothar, since I assume you're kind of tracking as well, since that's kind of
And sending out birds and flying around and all that sort of thing.
Okay, you're coordinating with your people then. Got it.
yeah, kind of plan to send them out to those villages, the ones that don't seem overtly hostile, to try and infiltrate.
Very easy. Plus, your family's coming in from all the other colonies to, like, live here now. So they're like, oh, we live here now.
Yes.
Woo!
Excellent.
Zazel.
I'm probably tending to my flock and partying around.
Your goat guys love being super strong, though. They're strong. They're punching things and beating each other's head, and it's great.
Perfect.
They're like, give us more power. More power.
Yeah.
I want to fight the world.
Ooh.
Let's go beat up the sun for its juice.
You need to get the ability to fire their tongues out, stick to things.
The sun's a punk. Let's steal it. Just really focused on that. So you're just tending to your flock, not really doing anything overt?
No, nothing special.
Okay, and Lothar.
Mostly scouting around, exploring the city for a bit, to get the idea, because this is all very new.
Yeah, it's a new real world.
And maybe occasionally talk to people and figuring out some stuff for the cult, but primarily scouting.
Sure. All right. So Skylord, we're gonna start with you because you're out scouting and stuff. Like, we're gonna come to your thing last, just because you're probably doing clearing and scouting before we get that plan down. Yeah, eventually when you're like close to the ground, kind of just looking for things or stopping over at a village that's like, hey, we just need supplies. You got food? You have food, right?
I can replenish everyone with my dance.
But what about when you're gone? Do you have like apples?
Yeah, we've got some stores.
You got stuff? They love it. They love all of it. They're like, this is great. Thank
Not
you.
starving is awesome.
Yeah, a couple people board your ship when you're like, getting ready to leave, like not to go with, but just to speak to you.
Mm-hmm.
So like they've asked to see you in your ready room.
Yeah, by all means.
Okay, they take their hoods down because they're wearing stranger cloaks, cloaks that make you as an obvious stranger. They're all plant people vampires. Like, they look like beautiful women that have like fangs, classic vampire fangs, and like vampire eyes, and they're wearing cloaks that have like little bat crests on them. They're covered in plant stuff. We have a problem, God.
Speak.
So, you remember how God, they like make a gesture to the city, told us to go out and be merciful and to care for people and to take care of people?
Yes.
We've been doing that, and we kind of hit a snag.
What kind of thing?
Okay, so and like one of them comes up, like and like kind of like goes behind a corner and then comes out with like a bunch of like sticky, weird, kind of shiny golden and red apples. It's like okay, and there's like maybe a dozen of them. And this shit goes down on the counter. So those were inside of me. Those are the souls we usually get for maybe a month's worth of finding people that need the kiss of mercy.
Okay.
And then one of them snaps their fingers and like they go around. They don't go out of sight. They just go to the corner of the room where they brought something in, and they have a chest, and they put it down and open it up, and there's like 200 of those in there. This was one city, and we probably should have told you guys about it earlier, but it got out of hand.
Why don't you just spin the whole story from the beginning?
Well, we found a city of future people. Well, present people. Future people to you, God, because you're a past God. And they seemed pretty fine. And then they were getting sick, so we were applying the Kiss of Mercy to them and helping them along. And then that plague...
When you say Kiss of Mercy...
Well, if they're sick and dying and they can't be saved, we take their soul so it doesn't go to nowhere.
Okay.
In these apples. And then we bring them back to God, and God makes sure they come back as someone who doesn't go to hell or nothing. That's how you guys work. You're God. So we were trying to manage that, because if you kill the plague people and then they take care of it and burn their body, it'll stop the plague from happening. It's a win-win. It started getting out of hand really fast. There was like 2,000 people there, and they've lost like a third of their numbers. And the plague is really bad, and we weren't able to fix it.
Well, we'll have to make a trip to the city and fix it ourselves.
It's more like a silo.
Silo.
It's like a cylinder in the ground that you put people
No,
in.
I'm aware of what a silo is.
It's like a round skyscraper.
Is it a manticore silo?
No, they're independents. Not everyone was from the factions, like God. And, well, like God, and not like Thea, though. She's different. She didn't come from the future. But God did.
Right.
None of you guys came from the future.
No, it's just us.
Just them.
Technically, only him.
Well-
you came from the in-between.
It came from
You came from the upside down.
everywhere.
Elsewhere.
Yeah. So some of them were independents and were trying to, stake out their own claim as settlers, and this was one of them. And they seemed, an easy place to make alliances with, just because they weren't really tied up to one of the big, scary factions. And they're really dying. It's really bad. And the plague is obviously magical. It's not like syphilis. Syphilis is easy to treat. You give them some mercury.
Can you show me on our charts where I can find the silo?
We're not cartographers, but they gave us this. We took it from one of their dead, and we asked permission to take it. We also boiled it.
Great.
Smart.
It's like a trapezoid, and like when you press little indents on it, it creates like a little like compass, that hologram that points you where to go. It's a find home.
Thank you. Yes, I will let the other gods know about this, and we will look into it. You've done well.
Thanks, God. You want to hang out? I like how you look.
Would you like to dance?
Yes. No, the nymphs will just hang out with you for a while, and they'll drop off their souls that they've been collecting.
Okay.
And then they'll leave and hang out in this village because a few people have brain cancer.
Right, well, I'll stop scouting, and I'll come back to relay this information to everyone else.
Fair. Vampire Man, you were coordinating with people?
Mm-hmm.
Because you were looking for breakers. You found the vampire thing. You're coordinating for other stuff. Okay. While you're coordinating, I'm assuming you're inside your city. You're not, like, traveling?
Yeah, he's in his tower.
Okay. Your secretary, that I only assume you have, he alerts you that you have a unexpected meeting.
Very well. I assume this would be important.
That's what she said. It's hard to shake that accent. I can't get it. That's what she said.
I'm just kind of assuming it's the plant people and they have their own dialect. And because
No, it's your vampire Dracula's dude from the last session.
Oh, the other ones though.
Your secretary.
Plant people seem to have their own distinct Valley Girl accent.
I mean, they picked it up from you guys.
That's fair.
They go to your movie theaters.
Oh
Do
god.
all of them sound like that, or just?
They kind of picked it up and it spreads. Like, it's hard for me to shake that accent.
That's just gonna be the official
They find
Klein
it
accent.
cute.
It's really soothing. They also look hot, so it's really soothing.
So
When
bring
they're
them.
stealing your soul and putting it into an apple inside their stomach. Air quotes.
Soul apples.
So because it's a vampire meeting, we're gonna meet in one of the offices that are lit with the honey, basically.
Okay.
Sit in one of those.
All right. A woman walks in. She is obviously from the past. She's like part bird, part fire. Like she's on fire somewhat, and she has like bird features.
Like a phoenix.
Kinda, yeah. And yeah, she shows up. She has like an eye patch and stuff. And looks ruffled. Are you? You're part of Lothar's pantheon, right?
That is correct.
Is he here?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, this was kind of more of a Lothar thing because he's a bird god. But I assume you like bats, right?
They're a majestic animal, yes.
All right. Do you know what that pirate ship you have looks like?
Yes, I am quite aware of what it looks like.
Do you know how it has thousands and thousands of birds around it all the time?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm a defector. Like, me and my people defected and came to live here, and there were several reasons for that. One was our Lord and Master is extremely pissed off, so we ran when we heard that there was a safe city. You really have to keep us safe. Anyway, those birds belonged to someone, and he's really pissed that they're gone.
Your previous master.
Yeah, he's looking for your ship because of the birds.
Do you believe he might have followed you here or caught onto your trail?
I'm not sure, but I'm almost certain if he's flying around and sees a flying boat with thousands and thousands of birds following it, he might be tipped off.
What does he look like?
A giant king of the sky, dark as night, on leathery wings, larger than a river.
Very well. So you simply request that we deal with him.
No, I was warning you. I just want to live here and not have to work. And where's your point of view? Probably Lothar, because he's my people.
Of course.
That's racist.
Are you enjoying your stay in this city?
I've been here for a day or so. I'm still kind of, processing. So it's nice. Not a lot of slave labor. That's nice.
Of course. Well, do continue to enjoy your stay. We will deal with this former master, and you will have nothing to worry about.
Thank you, vampire god. I don't know anything about vampires the other day. They're like, yeah.
I could hear the word parasite in her mind.
It was in the room.
He just kind of sips his wine and kind of does a little dismissive
Yeah,
motion.
she kind of just leaves. You've learned about Skyblighter, Venom Witch of the Olitau. The Olitau is a cryptid, giant bat monster.
Can you copy the names of this?
I got the names with all of it.
So yeah, the Marquis will put that on a dossier for when everyone returns, and also alert the observatories in the city.
They'll keep an eye out for a giant monster.
He believes in astrology, so he's just got people looking in.
You should believe in astrology. Acer and Faye, all of them were PhD astrologers and astronomers.
Exactly.
They have entire calendars written about them called the Phaean calendar.
So he's probably got a few of them working at those observatories.
Your computers run on the Phaean clock. He was really good at it. He used astrology to manipulate the world, and they just kept it because it was really good work. They just had to course correct for a year because he made it a year out of sync for nefarious reasons, and then they just were like, oh, we'll just course correct for a year. No, it's perfect.
Good for him.
Why?
The alignment, like
The alignment
they're-
lasts a year. It's when the key opens up in the constellations, and he tracked it all. Before, in previous alignments, no one knew when the key would open, and the impossible would be possible. So he tracked it and was like, oh, he showed up like 500 years beforehand and was like, this is when the alignment will happen. Everyone's like, oh my god, we're going to prepare our big crazy plans. And the game started, and they're like, the alignment's starting, we're going to have all the power in the world. And it turns out, when the game started, it wasn't the first day of the alignment, it was the last day. And that's when he conducted his evil scheme to use the energies to bring Thea back. And then everyone got screwed out of their big, epic evil game plans. It was a very shitty decision by the GM. But it's
Very
funny.
shitty decision on GM, but awesome for my little dude.
Yeah. He
Good
just
job.
made a perfect calendar and left it a single year out of sync. So people are like, this is really good work. I'm just gonna fix that, nefarious plan thing. Just move that
Carry the one.
Carry the one over there. Hey, look at that. This will last us 1,000,000 years. Backwards and forwards. You just plop that in your day planner, though. Watch the skies. Yeah, Lothar. Yeah, you're hanging out with hunter people, right?
Yeah.
Or are you going it alone?
Well, going around from town, basically talking the various groups that have kind of assembled, and kind of be like, look, anyone who wants to, explore more around and sort of doesn't want to spend all their time in the city, maybe talk to me. We'll start on that, getting that. But mostly he's scouting and setting up some of his 10,000 birds to hey, if you see anything truly, truly bizarre, get a couple of groups to immediately.
Those 10,000 birds are with the ship.
Yeah.
They draw power from the ship.
True. I'll have to set up another 10,000
birds.
10,000 birds for the
1,000,000
city, too.
birds.
Skyblighter's just like, what the fuck?
My birds.
Give it back.
Oh, you can have the birds. You can have.
You're just throwing them like lawn darts at him.
I should when you guys come back, there's this monotone woman's voice going through speakers, and there's visual things on all the screens around of a rough estimate of what the Skylord would look like, and it's keep your eyes to the skies. If you see something, tell someone.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Watch the skies.
All right. As soon as those start coming on, I'll probably head up because I was in
What the fuck?
And I was just like,
I can't imagine Lothar wouldn't notice those.
You come across a village. It looks like it's been massacred. Oh. Smaller village. It's more west, nearer the Elven Forest. And it looks like it was some sort of
Hyperelves from the 11.
No, it looks like it was a camp of not a soldier camp, a warrior camp, a camp of people who were worshiping the hyper elves and were trained. They were making weapons and stuff. They looked like they were part of the hyper elf slave army.
Okay,
And they've just been everyone's been killed to the man and staked.
So there's no I can't tell from tracking info or anything like that. What
You can tell
happened
so
or-
much from tracking info. I'm going to tell you a bunch of stuff about it.
Oh, okay.
when you said staked, do you mean
Vlad Tep's time.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my.
Yeah. There's
that was
500
nothing else.
bodies staked out here. Actually, you see some of those plant women. They're they have their necks on some of the people who are still dying, and they're just
Okay.
dragging out blue energy into their mouths, patting their bellies because they just like belly dancers.
Excuse me. What on earth happened here?
Oh, I don't know. I just found a bunch of dead people.
If you see
Well,
anyone,
mostly dead.
if you
Some of
see
them are
anyone
still
who's still alive and not instantly going to die, let me know.
Okay.
Thank you. So
No problem, Bird God. How you doing? You're looking good.
thank you.
Very divine.
And so yeah, Lothar will take a note of this, and it's kind of weird.
So yeah, the area, it looks like these people were using no metal weapons, mostly wooden and stone weapons, and they were massacred with guns.
Any bullets or?
Oh, yeah, casings and bullets everywhere.
I'll grab a couple of them because.
Yeah. It looks like also they have wounds that are clearly magic wounds going through them, someone's using swords to cut them up. So yeah, gun and sword wounds. You're a master hunter. If you want to put together a really accurate CSI of the scene, roll whatever you think would be a CSI of the scene with your hunting powers check.
I'm gonna guess intelligent wisdom.
Whatever you want. You have a fact for it from your super school of facting. Your martial arts school.
How much does a fact add?
4.
4.
Oh, gives you plus.
It's a huge buff.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
huge. It makes it.
Yeah,
challenging.
I can't. I fail on it too. So
Okay, what'd you get? What was your degree of success
So
by? Let's go fun here.
Yeah, fail on a 2, and I got a 8. So plus 5.
6 over.
Plus 6.
6 over, sure. Okay, a bunch of sky pirates showed up here and killed everyone using magic freedom swords and guns.
What?
Oh,
Skype.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's what swords are for.
I didn't know they started massacring people when they gave them weapons.
Well, you're like, I gave them weapons to, free people. I didn't expect the, freedom from life aspect to come up.
That's fine.
so there's no
This is not-
magical swords laughing around or anything like
No,
that?
no one got left behind. That would imply any of the attackers were injured. They showed up like crack Blackwater mercenaries and took these guys down with only the tactics elite warriors of that pirate crew that he trained could do. It was a slaughter. That's the spirit.
Okay, I'll sort of warn them. Hey, in case you avoid those people if they show up to the vampire planet people.
You mean God's pirate mercenaries?
Oh, are they? It was them.
Like, you can clearly tell. You can tell. You've seen them fight.
Oh, okay.
You know. You all know this information.
Lothar sighs. And just sort of like he shrugs,
I'm sure she had a good reason.
and heads back to the. We'll head back basically after.
She's just playing the flute and drinking souls.
Yeah, there's not much to do there.
Alright.
It's actually really obvious that it's hard for you to kick that accent. Because, even when you weren't talking as those characters, even when you were talking as yourself, you
It's
were
the lilt.
doing it.
It's a fun
Like, whatever. This
don't
picture
know.
instead of a flute, she has a recorder and this like.
I can play the whole
Titanic
Pokemon
theme.
theme.
Everything she
14
plays.
legs.
Everything she plays is the shitty flute version.
Anyway, Jesus Lord, that deflated that. So did the Valley Girl accent. In that defense.
They'll slaughtered.
Will scene swipe you guys having met back up in Dark City.
Imagine meeting room.
So,
Where are you guys? Describe where you're meeting in Dark City. Is it a food court? Is it a meeting room?
I think the
Is
food
it
court
the
is the
streets
fun.
of the city? Are you on the train just shooting the shit on like an automatic empty train? Like a bullet train that goes around the city that stops at all the stops and no one ever gets on or off, and there's an automated voice, and it's like half lit because they use dark neon lighting and it just goes around and around forever.
There is a second rail that is specifically for us. It's a VIP rail.
I was just imagining just being the public rail. It's just empty.
Especially because, the past people, if you don't explain to them what it is, they're probably going to also think it's a giant
my
worm.
God.
They're not going to go near that. It's stopping at places probably to get food.
And it's like, don't get on the rail. It's like, what? And they walk down to this little river thing and they touch the third rail and they're like, oh!
I want a giant ornate oak chair on the rail.
Ornate what?
Oak chair.
There.
Yeah, one of the cars just has a bunch of chairs everywhere for some reason. They're just all diverse and different, and all just there.
Fucking Madoka style.
Yeah, basically that.
Fancy, ornate metal chairs everywhere.
Yeah, just totally
so they're
silent.
like
as it's-
perches on one ridiculous
Yeah.
thing. Of course.
You should look up Madoka chairs if you haven't seen it. It's insane. But we'll look it up later and explain the context.
So, yeah, I came across a village. Hunters and such. They got killed by your sky mercenaries. Sorry.
My sky mercenaries.
Yes, your sky mercenaries.
Village of Hunters or Village of Hyper Elf Warriors?
Probably hyper elf warriors.
Yeah, well, that's gonna happen.
As it should.
Their souls will be coming back here soon.
As they should.
I received word that there is a village suffering from a plague that's threatening to strip across the entire population. I thought it would be a natural opportunity for them to receive the touch of Tha.
Thea.
Thea.
I know it's spelled Thaa, but it's Thea.
Touch of Thea, your divine mercy.
Yes, that sounds very alarming. We should go help with that. Just to clarify this previous issue, we're killing slaves, not freeing them?
Well, we may need a bit of a soft touch to kind of guide some of these people more back on track, but
Soft touch with guns?
So, warrior slaves are the ones that we're going to be killing, but other types of slaves we're going to be freeing, yes?
that is the idea.
Okay. It threw me for a loop there when I found out your people massacred an entire place. Not what I was
I
expecting.
mean, they're so close to our village that could be an issue. But I would prefer to give to. We are capable of capturing these people and converting them.
Yeah, and ideally, that's what we're going to go about doing. But we also have to erode some of the military power of the other factions within the area. And we can't always do that through negotiation.
It's very pragmatic of you.
What if we enslave them?
Thea looks approvingly.
What do you make them our slaves instead?
I don't think we're doing that.
Yeah, no, if they want to come willingly to our side, that's great.
I've been many places, and one thing I've learned about this world is that history does not look kindly upon slavers. And by history does not look kindly, I mean they always die. There's no slave empires who last.
Also, it's wrong.
And murdering them is?
Well, what
You're
about
just drinking
something
in the
like
corner when you say that?
What about a thraldom or like a battle thralls? You know, you tape someone. I've seen a few villages do that. They tape people in. They're kind of for a few years. They're not well treated until they prove their loyalty. That sort of thing.
I don't.
He's asking your permission.
No, I'm just asking. Does that work out well, or is that bad, or?
That just sounds like the world. I don't understand. That's not slavery. I don't understand the distinction you're making.
I don't either.
Okay.
They're slaves for a while, and then they're not slaves.
Well, they're not slaves. You just take them in, and
No, you
the more
enslave
they
them for a
prove,
while.
there's a certain-
you take people in willingly, but the more they prove themselves loyal to you, the better they're treated. That's an incentive program. That's how worship works.
The crux is the willingness there.
Exactly.
Some of the more successful empires I've seen have either had a mandatory draft or mandatory military training for children.
Yes, that is also different because it's members that are already part of your country.
It is done more out of a sense of patriotism and duty than it is of slavery and what have you.
He starts just drinking in the corner, making that kind of wavy hand motion when you mention how slavery and patriotism aren't the same.
I mean, everything's slavery if you boil it down far enough, but...
Not freedom and democracy. It's not important. It's not important.
We will impose our freedom on these people. They will be free.
Will manifest their own destiny.
So anyways, now that issue's covered, Plague Village.
Yes.
We should go deal with that. You said that
I'm hoping it'll be a quick fix. Good PR.
Yes. Did you already tell us how you came across it?
Oh, no. I encountered some of your Sisters of Mercy.
They do get around.
And they passed along the intelligence to me.
Excellent.
At least that means that the previous people who succumbed to the plague are going to be saved.
Their usefulness as spies has surprised me, but how far they've traveled out and how observant they are have proven very useful.
Yes. Okay. Oh, also, I'll just gesture to one of the billboards that says "Watch the skies" as we go by.
This
Like,
whole
ones with
thing?
like just ones that are just literally like a black and white eye line of a man staring directly at you, like, you know, in light, and there's shadow around his face and the top of his head, the Thing style, with just words that flash in red neon. Watch the skies.
Oh, yes.
Cultivating an interest in astronomy amongst the population?
Yes. But
If you look in closely, the pupils are little tiny skulls, and if you look closer, it's those naked women stacked on top of each other that look like a skull. There's a lot of layers to this.
a lot of imagery. It seems that our combined efforts of freeing slaves and recruiting birds to our defensive measures has angered a local, likely a breaker.
Oh, it's definitely a breaker.
I have interviewed a number of refugees from various camps and other such areas who have reported that he is displeased with our efforts to not only free slaves, but take birds under our employ. Birds that belong to him, I suppose. He is a bat-like entity and will likely be attacking our city if this continues.
Or at least attacking the ship where the birds are.
Unless we attack him first.
Precisely.
The ship seems to be what he recognizes, so we could likely lure him into an attack.
Preferably away from the city. You just made it.
Yes.
Okay, so Plague Village first, I'm saying.
Yes.
That should be relatively swiftly dealt with by your talents.
Yes. Most plagues are a simple matter.
And you say this guy's looking for us?
Looking for your ship, specifically.
So let's not rule out the possibility that these events might be concurrent.
Possibly. Possibly. What, we can
And
talk as we go, but,
You said he's mad because we've taken people from him, implying he has more people, and perhaps a bit of a loose grip.
Quite likely, especially if those who have escaped have talked amongst the
So
others.
if we're going to bloody him in the nose,
Do you want me
let's
to
do
ask-
it in front of an audience.
Do you want me to ask a few about him?
They
There's a
have-
few other witnesses that I know that no one else can talk to.
They are bird-like creatures,
oh,
and they wear...
yes, go
birds.
talk to the birds.
Yes.
Actual birds.
So I'll go interview some birds.
Giant fucking predator owls that are 10 times the size of a normal owl, shrikes, frost things, bats, lizards, pterodactyls, that sort of thing.
Just a guy in
Birds.
I didn't realize I get birds. Okay. Or
Anything that flies is a bird. Hell, butterflies count probably. Birds is less about like Tweety birds and more like flying critters.
Then
Whereas
like
insects is more
sudden
like
like pan off to a penguin with one single tear.
insects would be like bugs, but also be like, spiders, leeches, rats,
flying locusts.
vermin. That's kind of how you gotta look at it.
The thematics of it.
So, all right, I'm basically asking around.
So, a parliament shows up.
So, I understand there's a big, huge flying creature that some of you used to be
Skyblighter.
Oh, yes. Tell me of the Skyblighter.
Skyblighter big. Skyblighter a witch.
They have human intelligence when I talk to them.
Yeah, they're like this.
Okay.
This is human intelligence. This is the
Fair enough.
baseline in the epistle.
Okay. Good
You
point.
want better? Fucking put more of your tax money into schools.
Little birdie schools.
I mean, we have high schools here, but it's mostly just full for like a single girl standing on the rooftop staring wistfully into the distance.
We have 47 high schools here, and all of them have advanced placement programs. Only one class in one of the high schools is full, and they're all long-legged, long-haired girls who look vaguely human, who wear kind of neon colors, and they just talk amongst themselves and go out at night, and we never see them. And then another group of teenage women show up and attack some of our vampire members. And the vampire god's like, in their defense, those vampires they're attacking are dickholes. They're trying to steal energy and are feeling a negaverse. Fuck them.
So-
Skyblighter a witch. Skyblighter kept us in a menagerie. He would make us dance and sing for him.
Yeah, just
What?
well, that's not nice.
God of the skies. Part of the Thunderbird Parliament.
Mm. So I just ask a few questions and kind of get the
What do
idea.
you want from him? Big angry bat guy. He's probably a sorcerer. Also being a big angry bat guy.
Okay.
He's part of a parliament of skybreakers. He's their court wizard. Their witch, their prophet.
That's very important to know.
Does he
it
do
means if we
anything-
kill him, the others might get angry.
Do they do? Does he ever do disease magic or anything like that?
No, no one knows poison or venom. And like it's more like an abstract venom. Like he'll show up to a community and have they'd be like, okay, everyone line up, now kill your neighbor.
That's messed up. Okay.
That's pretty common. It's like the most basic bitch thing you can do here. The hyper elves do it all the time.
Yeah, that's still not exactly a big thing on Lothars.
Or like they'll get a bunch of like hungry, like those pterodactyls that have like the pug heads and all the teeth. They'll get like a newly born nest of them and they're born hungry and they'll put them in like a basket and put it to someone's stomach and then they'll just kind of leave it there and then the guy will get eaten from the inside out and then explode into birds.
Okay, that's kind of crazy. All right, so yeah, I thank them and they can go off and do their thing.
Yeah, you get a pretty solid description of what it is. It's a giant fucking bat. A bat cryptid.
So yeah, I talked to the Parliament, and it's a giant bat creature with some weird venom powers and magic, and it's a part of a group of, I guess, what the Rockbreakers version of a pantheon. Not Rockbreakers. What are they called? The
Breakers. Titans. They're literally the
Titans.
Breakers is a fancy word for they're Titans. They're where giants will come from eventually. Down the road where you get like stone giants and ogres, it's from all these freaks or dire animals.
He's apparently the something like the shaman of their group.
Okay. That may cause problems when we deal with him. We have to deal with the rest of them as well. But if they're in the area, we were going to do that anyway. So, okay.
And sooner you... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. When we deal with this, I want to be clear. Are we going to... Do you want me to attempt to seize him alive to interrogate, or when we actually fight him, so that we don't have to fight this pantheon, or do you want to... It seems like we're going to have to fight them all anyway. But
We're...
These are the kind of people.
Well, we thought for sure we would need to fight the Horned King as well, and it turned out he was friendly. So, if it turns out we go there and he's reasonable, then we'll reassess. But I'm going to go on the assumption that we're going to need to kill him because he already wants to kill us.
I should also point out, he does do things like go to villages and infect people with poison that causes them to explode into birds, and captures large amounts of birds and makes them do... Well, not act like birds.
I want to take him down, and I want to make an example when we take him down.
Mount his fucking skull to your ship.
Okay.
Or
Yes.
put his entire skeleton in your bedroom, so like his like wings and skull are overlooking your waterbed, which I only assume you have. Hulk style.
Even if a creature is open to negotiation, it does not mean that we should simply negotiate with every single one of them. Examples have to be made.
Well, no, exactly. I meant barring any kind of unforeseen things. I was expecting the Horned King to be, standard Lich King demon. But it turns out to just be sad, so that's fine. So, if we approach this person and they turn out to be something shocking, then there we go. But we're going to go under the assumption we're going to kill it.
Indeed.
Perfect.
Very well. Let us go to the Plague Village before more people die.
Perfect.
Full speed.
So, what are you guys doing? You're heading to the quote-unquote Plague City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who y'all bringing with you?
My broodlings.
Some Acerins?
Alright, you got like a gaggle of them. You have a loyal of Acerins, as is the name of a plural group of them.
Full pirate crew armed with anti-bat weapons.
Hand to what?
Anti-bat.
I thought you said hand to eye, like you were trying to say air to ground missiles. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, see?
See what, bitch? You're the one that did it.
It's on my table though.
Mine.
And I'm bringing a contingency of mercy vampires.
Smart.
Oh boy.
And I'm bringing a metric fuck ton of birds.
I mean, the birds were already
Yeah.
I would say that I would worry about everyone bringing people because there's a plague here.
You're
but
literally
I
a
would
god
just
elf.
fix it anyway.
Yeah, you can
so,
fix it.
Yeah.
You're
Or make them immune to it even. Like,
Right.
it's fine.
You're fine. You're good.
It's fine. Mine's are irreplaceable.
And these vampires don't drink blood, so it's not like they're going to be spreading it like filthy plague rats.
Fair, unless it's
Well,
a
we
soul
drink
plague.
blood. We just don't need to.
There probably are soul plagues, though.
Oh, yes. Yes, we will keep an eye out for those.
Plague of Shadows. Magic Man made our shadows come alive and attack us.
They introduce League of Legends like the soul plague.
Yeah, there you go. Mimetic illnesses. Which
Those would actually be a thing.
we were talking about Thea's next project for
Well,
collecting.
not necessarily
those
my
shadows.
next one, but it's definitely a project I'm going
Network's
to do.
perfect
We don't
for
need to talk about right now.
Memes.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. A friendly helper. A nice person. A nice king.
So a king. Anyways, okay. Going to the Plague City.
Alright, you are sailing through the perpetual storm and blizzards of the north. It's in between a few of those mountain ranges that have little ranges around them. It's actually near the Upside Down Mountain, which isn't physically upside down. It's just once you guys get satellites in the air and you're able to map the area, you're like, hey, that mountain range... All these mountain ranges are identically shaped except for this one, which is flipped.
I just really wanted to make sure. I was like,
Well,
it
I
could
cross
actually
fucked up
just be upside down.
So badly that it was just like, what? And there's like a big hole that goes to the sky underneath.
I would not fucking be surprised.
And that's...
Whoopsie doodle.
I fucked it up. I'm not undoing it. But yes, as you go through the storms, eventually kind of breaks a bit. It looks like this area is a little more placid because it has a bunch of mountains that kind of break the wind. And yeah, in the middle of kind of the ground, the mountainous region, the whole area has been excavated out into a rather large metal and circuitry-covered circle, like a circle just built into the ground. It looks like it just drills in more. But there's like flashing ambulance lights all lining the circle. It looks like it has like a weird design going down the middle of it, like it would open in a weird way. There's like a little lighthouse sticking out of like the side of it that's giving off a really bright magic, like brightness light to like guide people in. Oh, you have network.
Yes, I was just going to say I'm just going to open the door as we get close.
Oh no, I was going to tell you about all the SOSs that are going.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of SOSs and also like a standard like future tech warning about plague.
Is there any details about the plague?
Classifications for it, complex ones. They say that it, like they give really pretentious stuff like class 9 phantom repeater, Keter class, blah blah blah. But the basics are it seems to be a spiritual plague tied into malfunctioning power systems. Mimetically contagious. Like its vectors are mimetic.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah. It's energon based.
Okay.
You guys are kind of just sailing near the silo because it's an actual silo design. Probably from the last days of the Future War, when people started converting the weapon systems they no longer used anymore into places to wait out the destruction because fighting the gods took place around the Epistle. So these hardened bunkers were really great to store your little civilization while it was going down. Long after the god killer weapons were fired, or long after the monsters they brewed up in them were released onto the world, they were just a great place to hang out. And this is just an independent faction. They're Dericho.
I assume when we take souls and put them through the Genesis project, it has like a cleaner.
It's a DVD burner. It doesn't clean so much as it formats and rewrites.
Okay, I just want like the spiritual kind of plagues that we're talking about here are going to pass on, right?
No way to know till you take a look.
Okay. I guess I'll deal with that later.
We'll simply quarantine the souls and see what...
The plant people can help. They're really good at sorting them out. Because they, birthed them.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you all about the apple souls because they're night hags. They trade in souls. They're basically night hags, guys, with a better PR spin.
I can dissect one or two and see what's
bikini
inside.
Alright.
So yeah, your
I
ship,
don't really know what the hell it means when you say it's a mimetic plague.
it means it transfers via ideas.
So
Or
if
via
you know
social
about
stuff.
it, you're going to get it?
Well, that's one way a mimetic plague might travel.
Pontypool. That's
Pontypool.
basically-
Like, there's various ways. It opens up a broad category of things that's
So
confusing.
it's like
That's
a Rocco's,
another movie we should watch, Ken.
Yes.
so it's like a Rocco's basilisk.
Yeah, it's like the basilisk, exactly. I'll explain it later. I've explained to you before. It's like a war thing. But yeah, the scene is basically there's a silo in the middle of a blizzard, the Thing style, and like you have a Final Fantasy airship floating above with spotlights down, looking down at it. And yeah, there's like a lighthouse for like access control, and it's giving off like signals.
I will tell it to let us in.
Sure. Lighthouse turns off and kind of just blinks, and the whole facility starts to open.
I assume we can just go down.
Yeah, you can just descend down. It's a dock.
I didn't know how.
There's a colony vessel already docked there that's split in half. It looks like it tried to take off upward and detonated.
Oh, because they had quarantine procedures in place.
Yep, just a person transport. Could hold probably 300 living people and probably 2,000 people in cargo.
Nice.
How long does it seem like it's been out there?
Like crashed on the pad because it smashed up into the ceiling.
Mhm.
Engineering, artifice, all your various powers. 2 months.
Okay, so no one survived that crash. Or if they did, they've been long.
They're in storage.
Sorry?
Someone could be in storage.
Oh,
The cargo.
Ah.
Blackstar style.
Maybe we should take a rowboat down, as opposed to the whole ship. They've
Also,
still got quarantine procedures.
you might even want to not even bother with the rowboat, considering
He can fly.
you can all fly.
But what
I
if you
can
have to bring
jump.
people up?
Hmm?
What if you have to bring people
Like,
up?
how many people
Yeah.
can fly out?
Oh, then we.
Or what if your ship gets attacked while you're here staying above it? These are possibilities that come up to you as intelligent technicians.
Fair, actually. There is someone looking for a ship that would be
Specifically.
probably.
Like the man bat in the Arkham City games, you're just hanging out and all of a sudden a random encounter, or Master Chupon from Final Fantasy VI slams into your airship. That'd be more relevant.
That's true. Let's take it down.
Yeah, and I'll tell the birds if there's anything really big comes, especially the
Yeah, some of the ice lizards will stay out there and keep an eye out. And can you talk to them telepathically?
No, they have to talk to them. I don't think I have like this.
Oh. Do you let people know that you can't talk to the birds telepathically? Everyone here assumed you can.
Give them a cell phone, make them just squeak into it.
Yeah, I'll just if they have a if there's an issue, then immediately one of them will do with the swifts. They can move really, really
Just
fast.
start squawking like birds.
Yeah, that's another good one too. And if the and just tell the hey, if the birds start going completely crazy, call us because it means that there's something really big coming this way.
You're leaving birds outside. Says one of the hardened Blackwater mercenaries that Dan Scott has.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna leave them into sentries.
Yeah,
Can you talk to them divinely, like through your mind?
No, I have to actually talk to them.
Oh, cool. Vampire God gave me this. And he takes what looks like a hypo spray, and he grabs one of the ice lizards to make the ice lizard go into my hand.
Okay, sure.
Okay. He picks up the ice lizard, he puts it next to its eye, he makes a clicking sound, and now instead of an eye, there's a giant square circuit in its eye. And then he twists the hypo spray, and it unfolds into a little handset, and he gives it to you.
Don't worry, it didn't feel a thing.
Okay.
Well, it will be
Both
soon.
make that motion.
You put in the headset, just hear screaming.
I'm gonna scratch this out.
Does this...
peck.
Now the bird will make bird noises into the handset.
Okay, I'm like, it's just like a walkie-talkie though, right? Okay.
Okay. A lot of your pirates, like they're dressing like pirates, but some of them are dressing with like flak jackets with bandoliers of stuff on them. Some of them are like tattooing like kill counts into their arms because they're a little more hardcore now.
Okay.
If you don't want them to look like that, they'll stop. But they've been picking up a lot from
Better
around the future
influences.
city about what
like-
pirates look like. They're looking a little more. You know, private military contractor because that's what a pirate is in the future.
Yeah, because tech and she has networking, so all the future media coming in the theaters
Just
playing
coming off of
constantly.
databases.
You don't want to see the people who saw Rocky Horror. They're
So, like, you know, you have pirates, which are like Yar, which you guys are, and then you have, like, Somali pirates, and then you have, like, private military contractors like Blackwater, and they're like, that's what pirates eventually look like.
It's nice to have a diverse blend.
the people who held onto the guns from the that tribe.
Yeah, they were able to get more because, you know, you guys, this is the city comes stocked, which means the city's, you know, police station and military base came stocked. Because it comes furnished with things. The gun store came furnished with product.
Mundane things.
So yeah, a lot of them have like riot shotguns and stuff to like burst in the door and like sweep the room.
I approve of this.
They're really good at
As long as they can do it with a spring in their step.
Yeah, it's like a ballet. They plan out the insurgency and stuff, and it's like a dance. Everyone has their step, everyone has their place, everyone has their patterns.
Like equilibrium.
That'd be super useful for avoiding surveillance and stuff. They know how to dance into like perfect spots and whatnot. Just
Yeah.
super
They're
good for
basically
minefields.
shadow runners that are competent, not jokes. It got serious real fast with them once they were given access to tools. Anyway, you take your ship down as the ice lizards and owls stay outside watching for you, and the door closes behind you guys, I'm guessing?
Assume
Alright.
you want idiots trying to get away now that the door's open and then like not
Yeah.
big deal.
The airship stops in the middle of the room and like a little bridge comes out to where you guys would unload, so you're basically hovering above the crash site. And you're here, in this facility. Well, you're in the air dock still.
I will put my hand against the panel on the wall and try to sense where people are in the building.
They're in the pleasure section. About 600 of them.
These people are a future society. Would I remember anything about them or know anything about them?
People of Derecho lived in a kingdom on top of a mountain that was held aloft by a tornado. When the world began to end and they decided to throw down the gods, Derecho was converted into a missile, and the tornado was thrown into the sun, killing the sun when it decided to try and eat the world and plunged into eternal light.
Good for them. That's hardcore. Take that, son.
Yeah, that's why if you go to the Epistle of the Future, like you go to the Dead World, there's a large actual sun crashed on its surface, spilled out with like bones and rib cages sticking out of it after the glass breaks off. They killed it. They used cop killer rounds.
Unconquered sun, my rear end.
That same sun is up there in the sky too. Well, you watch out for it. It'll get angry and hungry.
My kind do feel a certain affiliation and appreciation for these people for their brave sacrifice in the future.
Will you get behind anyone who kills the sun?
I can.
Yeah.
That must have been quite some hunt.
I mean, it's right there.
It was very climactic. They
You
might
had
have
to lure it
recordings.
in.
Yeah. They might have recordings of it. I'm sure you would appreciate viewing those.
When you say in storage, do you mean...
Like go down to the crash site and see.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go to the crash site.
Alright, this ship looks like the Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix. That's the design. They have a lot of discs on them that create energon-based tornadoes that hold it aloft and stuff and give it like basically an electricity cloud. And that's what they skim across to fly. This thing flew directly up and detonated and crashed and split open and then crashed onto the floor and then melted the floor a bit before sputtering out. The energon chamber is completely fried. But it looks like a bug mixed in with like a bunch of electricity panels and spikes and stuff. And it's just, its guts are spilled like a dead whale on the beach just all across the floor. There's bodies, there's charred skeletons, there's twisted shapes of people you would not understand if you're from the past. Weird things, the way people change over time if they're from Vampire God's place. Too many arms, too few, short, metal in them, multiple types of like heads and bones and stuff, just weird things. It looks like The Thing. Like, you know when they go into the Norwegian base and there's just bodies that look wrong everywhere? That's what this looks like.
Yeah, Lothar looks around like, what on the name of this happened here?
The word would be food. Like, what in the world or what in the name of whatever it is.
Okay, what in the name of food?
And then Thea.
Just raises
Yeah,
her
Thea
hand.
just raised her hand like, no.
We don't say that word.
We don't do that here. T'Challa.
Right, that was really good.
Love that movie.
It just looks like a crash. Like, these bodies look normal to... Well, no, I wasn't in that part of the future.
I mean, you're from the farms. It looks normal to you.
Yeah, fair. I've seen things you wouldn't imagine.
I've seen things you people couldn't believe.
But do they look normal to him?
Yeah.
Okay, these are just people. Okay.
And they're just clade bioforms. Like, just...
They probably honestly
they're not
would be,
species anymore.
they probably would be that big of a deal for the lookers. In this time, everything is weird.
And this time, everything has a structure to it that makes a little more sense. Like, people who come from the fire area and fly on top of volcanoes look like birds. The bird form is a pattern. It's like why a soap bubble's round. These are not like that. They're arbitrarily put together.
These people start gene modding hardcore.
Yeah. There's an arbitrariness you can detect as someone who hunts natural things. There isn't that symmetry that exists in Fui or the Hyper Elf's descendants.
So, they died from the crash or they died from the plague? Then we suss this out.
Yeah. Health, you'll automatically know. Like, you just be like... some of these people were infected. A lot of these people weren't, though. Like, most of them weren't. Maybe one or two bodies were infected, but none of them looked like they were in a terminal state.
Okay, the base thing for health is that you can diagnose any diseases or poisons instantly.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, so like if you have a sample of an infected, you can figure it out?
Yeah.
Alright, you pick up this long... it looks like a human skeleton, like, you know what humans look like, but like the rib cage and spine have been extended kind of long, almost like a centipede or a serpent. And like they have large kind of demon-looking arms and like legs that kind of turn to goat legs, and the head is big and split into multiple areas, like it has 3 heads. And like That's normal. You know what it looks like when it was alive? It was basically this sort of kind of it looked like Mega Man Juno almost. Like kind of like that reaver pattern. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Just holding it up and getting a look at it. It had a curse on its meat that was causing its bones to turn into swords that were piercing itself outward, and eventually it would swell up on the inside and explode like a grenade.
Okay.
It's a supernatural curse disease with a mimetic quality you can't quite place.
Okay. Huh.
You can see like part of his rib cage and stuff starting to turn outward and get like blades. Even the little like runnel was in there. There's even like a maker's mark on some of the sword ends and stuff made of bone.
Can I identify the maker's mark?
Holy symbol of Texomale is a
Yep.
slave collar.
Yep.
Care to fill us in?
You're just like, yeah, this makes sense. This Faye's just holding him up. This tracks.
So the plague turns people's bones into swords until they explode into swords. This is a classic Texomalian, probably for petty vengeance, plot. I don't know how much... In
Texomalians are...
hell, there is a ruler of a part of it called Texomalus. He is a demon god type thing of swords, slavery. He hates free will. He's
One of
petty.
your mercs kind of perks up. Caparaka spawn.
Yes.
You know what Caparaka is. It's
Yeah.
the devil. The devil has children.
Okay.
You don't really interact with them a lot because they're not quite as active, but you know they're there. She's talking about one of Caparaka's children.
Yes.
Very much a dark mirror of your own purview.
I see that.
Yes.
Yeah, actually. In a funny way, yeah.
Slavery and swords.
Because holy symbols are slave collars.
Well then.
Now it's personal.
Yeah, just throwing that out there if you want to read up on him. You might have knowledge of him.
He's a
Dick.
petty, pathetic individual. But mortals would have no chance against this type of thing. Particularly with gruesome like this.
Can you stop it?
Oh,
Oh, easy.
yes, easily. Of course I can't do anything about these people, but
Let's find the people who are still living and still infected.
it's... I think health has stuff that you
Doing a miracle is
Miracle.
real easy. This is something that low magic is having problems with.
No, I don't think curing. Curing is easy. I meant, if I wanted, I think I could bring them back from the dead, but...
I think it has a limit of 1 month or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I don't remember what the limit is. But it's fine. I'm not going to bother with that right now. Can we go to where the storage would be?
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get there.
I must say, every good religion has a antithetical or devil figure in its texts. I'd say if you were looking for one to further drive people into your flock, Texomalus may be the one you're looking for.
That's sage advice.
Texomalus, food.
Different kinds.
Hmm.
Caparaka.
Almost
fully
everyone
infected.
has an opposite.
How do I spell?
Texomalus is T-A-X
T-A-X?
S-O-M
S-O-M?
A-L-U-S.
It's in the document write-up.
The setting primer.
Yeah, but now I can control F for it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Texomalus, the absolute ruler, the Dark Lord. He literally has a ring of power and everything. He's not awesome.
Yeah.
Is it shaped like a slave collar?
Yeah, the ring of power is a slave collar. There's a lot of slave shackle ring symbology in this cult. I don't think I put the holy symbol things I forgot for Texomalus, but everyone else has it. Whoops. Also spheres. Like spheres also play into it, but spheres are also rings. And his world is a sphere with multiple like rings he builds around it and stuff. There's a lot of just keeps going.
Symmetry.
Symmetry.
It rhymes.
Yeah, you're gonna be shocked at how much this guy is your opposite. Like, not only does he love slavery, he actually despises the concept of free will.
Did he outlaw dancing in his hometown?
You must be like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Any of that sort of expression and creativity he despises. He thinks it's a disease. A cancer.
Yeah, I think I found my other.
The absolute. He calls his own world paradise, and it's basically the planet Venus. A roiling nightmare storm.
Has constantly boiling oil pouring from the sky.
Yeah, and explosive, like, conflagration gas. It's Venus. If you go onto Venus, you'll just explode and die.
You'd be surprised how many sightings notice the planet Venus.
Fucking Jose Chung from outer space. Yeah. But, yeah, so you're in the dock, you're checking out the ship, checking the body. You were saying you're going to look for people in storage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. There are rods lying on the floor. Some of them are broken, but they're made of magic material. Like, they're reinforced and stuff. They're part of a arcane psychospiritual blockchain. They have people's existence basically written into them for unloading later.
So I walk in and I'm like, oh, here they are.
Survivors.
Yeah.
She holds up an inanimate carbon rod.
Yeah, survivors.
Can I give you a look?
These are the survivors?
Yes,
One of the Blackwater guys, like one of the pirate mercenaries, just kind of gently nudging a pile of them with his boot.
Lothar looks incredulous, like...
you know how are the plant plants? Mothers of Mercy?
Yeah,
The Mothers of Mercy collect souls.
Oh, this
This
is
is
storing their
essentially the
souls.
same thing.
Okay.
Essentially. It's technological instead of family, but yes.
Okay.
So,
That's magic.
let's gather these up.
Yeah, the vampires will start to like scoop them up and
Buckets.
stuff and put it into like carts, crates.
There's broken ones you mentioned?
Yeah.
That's
Is he
unfortunate.
able to?
I mean,
Anything about
I think
that?
I could fix anything magical.
Yeah, their soul's already gone straight to hell.
Fair.
Oh well.
You
It's
can
been
probably stick
longer
them back
than a month.
together, though.
You go fix them, and you're like, ooh, I have an empty cortical stack.
Perfect.
There's dozens of there's hundreds of these in the room. Like there's just a room that's a canteen station.
Okay, so how many of them are alive, quote unquote?
400 or 500.
Oh, nice.
So now what my next dominion probably will be.
What?
Making new bodies, probably.
You know, taking them out and putting them into actual bodies, you know. Decrypting the blockchain.
Yeah, their bodies are encrypted in there too. So like if you put them in a decanting station, they'll just be like, ooh, person. It's not just the soul.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're very good at zipping information. Fire style.
Yeah,
It's actually based on that gift. Their tech is based on that fire lesser gift.
you can walk into there, you burn the hole, and they just stand for you.
Yeah, they just set up preservatives and stuff so they don't just go to hell. It's vaguely based on that principle. If only someone had fire, they'd understand the invincible phoenix fire of immortality these people have unlocked. The purifying flame of living forever, like the sun. That these people kill. They get it? They figured out, they unlocked the power of immortality from killing the sun, blah, 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 blah. Symbology.
But these can't be the people who the
No, these
sisters
are.
encountered.
I think these are just people that were trying to flee, but there's more downstairs. This is just the crashed ship we're in. We should keep exploring the facility now that we've gathered these people.
Sure. Yeah, you have networking, so literally every door's going to open for you. And there's not, like, monsters to fight. There's just corridors caked in blood and gore and covered in bone swords that grenaded out. I don't know if that maker's mark on the tang and hilt. Like you see them now, they're fully grown and fully exploded, Madael. They're literal swords with, like, hilts and handles and everything.
I'm going to keep a tally of how many we encounter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't worry, I will gather them all.
So I can pay it back.
Oh,
Yeah, the Marquis also keeps a tally, but for different reasons. It's just like, shit, fuck. What am I doing? Spilled everywhere.
So there are... Everyone is in the pleasure dome. Except for one person who is in the brig.
okay.
Criminal scum.
Yeah. So, pleasure dome, brig. There's also wild, unstable power fluctuations coming from the energon room. So 3 places.
We should go to the Energon room first, in case we got here just in time to make it stop exploding, and then deal with the actual survivors.
Perfect.
Can't
Not
argue with
exploding
that.
seems very wise.
Well, actually, you two should go to the Energon room to fix it. I'll go to the people in case there's someone about to explode right now.
I'll go to the brig.
Okay.
That does seem fitting.
I'll stay with. Are you two the same group or?
No, we're splitting up.
He's going to the brig. Thea's going to the Pleasure Dome where there's people, and me and Goatman are going to the Energon room to fix whatever's going on there.
So which one do we want to do first?
Energon room. There's.
Energon
Peter
room.
just went to the washroom.
Oh.
So which one are we doing
Let's do
first?
you guys first.
Okay. Are you coming with me or?
Yeah, I'll go
okay.
with you because I think I haven't actually seen your character fight that much, so in case something goes.
I'm less fighty than Sword God.
Yeah.
Until I
Also,
get
you're
my
the only
war
person who can
force.
cure.
One more level. One more level, then you get vehicle weapons. You get the fucking Predator shoulder cannon. 3 dots on your forehead, Lothar. Oh, we should watch Predator and Predator 2 again. Fuck, those are good movies. They're really well done. Sergeant! Alright, so, the Pleasure Dome. Let me see what I got for that. No, probably not that. Probably this.
There we go. Everyone's kung fu fighting.
I don't actually have anything that lets me feel diseases.
Miracle. You have this new thing called effort, bitch. Tree, bitch.
But won't I only be able to cure
Effort for the day.
one person?
Or you can
because you
influ-
can scale it up by spending more effort.
Influence takes 10.
you could do influence and be like, you're all cured, now start
Oh, wait.
worshipping me,
No,
and then
sorry.
let it go.
Yeah, Ender of Plagues.
Within sight, yeah.
And everyone within sight. So
Everyone get in the selfie range.
Literally how you have to do it with networking.
Link. So.
Fucking Snapchat dog nose and ears shows up. I don't know how to turn it off. So sorry. Alright, you guys
Weird.
leave. You go down the bloody horror, frozen over because the environmentals are starting to fail corridors that are covered in bones and swords and faces hanging from skulls that are sloughing off in a frozen mid-icicle style because their skulls have turned into little daggers that have stuck to the ceiling specifically to stare at people as they go by because that's how this works.
People from the future have weird decoration tastes.
Yeah, it looks fairly Event Horizon-y in here. Then there's a lift that takes you up to the Pleasure Dome. It's on super awesome lockdown, and you're able to easily defeat it because it's not divinely protected. As per the nature of your character, the gift to AI, the AI word intrinsic power. So you guys get into the elevator, and it takes you up.
Picture we get off and you're like a dog all confused, like, wait, what?
What happened? Yeah, it's not that far up, and it opens into a large room. The room's probably, I don't know, a little smaller than a football field, and it's dome-shaped, and it looks like a futuristic club. Not like a disco dancing club, but a lot more rated R.
Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Mercury starts
fairly future Mad Maxy rated X style, kind of like, you know, couches and dance floors and like pictures like on the wall and like actual 3-dimensional, all your senses being viewed to your mind, pornography playing. And there's no one here. There's some dead bodies here and there, but lining the walls and kind of hanging from like what look like pods, look kind of like fruit or organs, are pods everywhere with
VR
people
pods,
inside.
probably.
Yep.
That makes sense. Makes sense. It might also hold a bit vague for a while, I think.
This is sort of a Mask of the Red Death scenario. All the noble people that survived the plague decide to have a giant party to celebrate how they're not dead and stay away from the plague.
Because they're all in their own individual field.
Yeah. This is a Mask of the Red Death scenario. Except you're not deaf, showing up to, you know, death up the place.
Are you? Aren't you?
Aren't you?
I
Yeah, you're wirelessly connected to these VR pods, by the way. You're just...
So much power.
assume that no one here has been dead for less than a day.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like, I think I said originally there's like 600 people in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lothar is just very confused. Very, very confused.
It's vulgarly erotic in here. Probably in a way Lothar has never experienced. Now, a lot of it does not make sense.
Oh, would you put that in there?
Why do they have those? Why are there so many? What even are those? Why is this room highly vaginal? I don't understand. They're like embryo things.
Picturing like HR, but like
It's a little geekery, yeah. Future societies get weird. It's uncomfortable.
Oh, look, it's a perch. No, it's a dildo.
That's the tamest version of that, yes. Anyway, you're here. You found the survivors.
do the pods lower to the ground?
Yeah, or they just drop because these people can't take falling damage because they're from the future and are weak.
And aren't we?
Yeah, they're not losers.
I'm going to, I want to kind of instill an image into the VRs that they're having.
Do you want to just connect to the VR? It's all a group matrix.
Basically, but I only basically want to give them like a message, like turn off what they're seeing, like I am waking you up now. I have come to save you.
Okay, you
Yeah.
briefly enter the matrix they're in, and it's actually like a classic old medieval style Mask of the Red Death ball, but it's also very Yeah, they all turn like simultaneously because they got the note that someone was logging into the system, so they all kind of like mid whatever they're doing, turn their heads and even like breaking what their avatar would be able to turn reasonably to look directly at you. Thousands of fish eyes.
And literally, like she'll look like herself and just say that.
Is the water from your hair data like flowing zeros and ones and
Probably.
symbols?
Make it
Little bits and bytes instead of views.
Yes, and just I have come to save you. You will wake up now. And the pods will lower and you'll wake up and I'll be standing there.
Alright, 600 freaks and mutants drop. They just-
It's an attack.
Like they're opening the caskets are opening in weird, odd xenomorph egg styles, and they're covered in goo, and they're crawling their way out. Some of them have like only arms, like they're just arms with heads, and they're just crawling along the floor, escaping the pod and stuff.
Yeah, Lothar is just sort of looking over like,
Oh god.
start.
Is this an
They get
attack?
murder? They get murder?
Be still. These are just what they look like in the future sometimes.
A lot of cyborgs, a lot of people with machine parts rammed into them, and a lot of parts with god parts rammed in. Like, instead of metal or steel, they have parts missing, and there's like basically a field of energy and lasers that cover it over that seems like it's raw magic, that it's energon tech, so they're like processing in other dimensions. But there's humans here, you see some humans, that's kind of nice. You don't see those every once in a while. But a lot of it is like mixes of the weird future clades. Like you have a lot of the Scarab people, the Unity custodians are here. A lot of them are refugees. Shit tons of fawn, because the Joliarites loved preserving those. So perfect, beautiful goat
Sheep
people.
lady.
Sheep lady and sheep men in little outfits that were custom tailored for the Joliarites. People that are made of energy, people that are made of slime and fire, and just like have machinery built into them, and they'll just kind of drop. It looks like It looks like Derecho might have, because you kind of know about those old societies, might have teamed up with the Unity because these guys have a lot of Unity tech built into them, including that decanting, like the immortality stuff. Anyway, alright, you say your thing.
Yes. Just, everyone gather round. I will end this plague. Just looking all like, yay, I'm a good person.
You check, and nobody has
Yeah,
a
they're all
break.
clapping.
They're all healed now. And if they have any like maimings or whatever, I'll also do that.
They don't.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while to move through and stuff. So yeah, one of the
Cure all diseases within sight.
it's gonna take just a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them approaches you. It looks like an anthropomorphic frog, but like kind of like squat and toady. It has like Rubik's cubes drilled into its head that are spinning and like solving. Its eyes are TV screens. It's holding a staff that has like weaponry built into it. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well.
I didn't realize you existed in this iteration. Hello. Damn it! Sword starts bursting out of his stomach. Damn. Could you push that back in?
Would you push?
Damn it! Ah! Alright.
nose let him explode.
I will.
Wait. Could you please remove a sword, angry god curse, deal from me.
Oh.
No, it's not a count. I'm trying. Wait, no, it's not a count. I'm trying. Damn it! Oh! Oh! I am not attempting for counting words. I am avoiding a specific letter. I should not start my sentences with them. Damn it!
Also, you said attempting, which has two.
Start, Thea. Damn it! Oh! Everyone else has swords coming out of them. Start.
I'll heal him. Can I make it so that it stops doing that whenever they say T's?
Whenever they say a word that starts with the letter T, it starts all over and starts spreading through them.
How do I fix that?
You have to turn off. Damn it! Oh! Everyone starts screaming, you fucking moron! I hope you die. Not to you, to Frogman, because he's the one talking. No one else was talking. If you cure us, we will recatch it because of he's pointing to the sky, energon problem with our reactor.
Huh.
We may have had structure problems with our reactor.
Well.
Every time he says a word, do I say it? Do I do the thing? Damn it. Anytime someone who's infected says a word that starts with the letter T, they all start bursting out with swords and start swelling up a bit.
Well, I have
and recatching the plague.
I have sent two others of. Well, not I've sent. I'm not trying to act as in charge. But, two other of my pantheon have gone to. Oh, do I?
Just don't. We don't want it could mutate.
Others of my pantheon have gone to deal with.
Two.
Oh. Have gone and are dealing with your energon.
Oh, thank God.
If these guys are close to death, let me know, because I do have a
It's a
procedure solution.
nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Just rip out all their
Constantly
bones.
damage. And approaching the point where one of them will detonate into an explosion. It's really hard.
You want to spend another effort to heal them?
Like I've been doing it, but
Yes, you cured them. They were cured.
yeah,
And they recaught it.
yeah, exactly.
Because this place is full of radiation.
Yeah, so I'm going to wait until I will try right now to not talk with T's, but it's very hard. Everyone
Yeah.
starts with a T.
They're aware.
We have walkie-talkies, right? Like we can all be in communication with each other.
Yeah, if Thea's wireless now, we should just be like, "Hey guys, don't say the forbidden word letter starting."
So they know they've got to fix this.
Yes. I will,
Terribly tricky
like,
trouble.
I probably just
Yeah.
like telepathically say things, and it will like give you a note on your phone. Like
We just have instant messaging.
yeah,
You can
'cause
just-
I can't telepathically talk to you, but I can
Telepathically talk to you.
but I can do it to your devices. Yeah, that's a lot of T's.
The cell phones I made everyone last.
Yeah. I'm going to do it
talk
telepathically.
phones.
But yeah, this is ridiculous. I never noticed how many words started with T before.
At least
Your mind flicks back to the corridors covered in gore.
We'll be back in time for tea.
So you guys get an update from Thea.
My butt is buzzing.
That would
Is
hopefully...
it in your pocket? No, I put it there. In case we got
It's a
imprisoned.
sort of pocket.
That would hopefully be your phone.
Prison pocket.
Is that a sword in your pocket, or you have to?
Oh God! Oh, why?
It's very difficult to adapt to large goat fingers, but hopefully it's usable. Basically. Just press the big button in the center.
Alright, so you're talking with the frog and all the other people.
Yes.
What's your name? You say to him, right? You're like, what's your name?
Yeah.
He's like, I can't say it.
I can also not say my name. Doesn't matter if it's a soft or a hard pronunciation.
Good one. Yes. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. Okay, we're good.
Have you caught on? I'm gonna look over to. Shit, I don't remember your name. Lothar. Duh. I'm gonna look over to Lothar. Have you caught on? Have you caught on?
Huh?
Don't speak for now.
Lothar gives the thumbs up.
I don't know how to explain it without accidentally saying it.
Lothar's surprisingly good at being quiet. He's usually being stealthy in these encounters, so he's not saying much.
You are uneducated, illiterate people.
Very good.
Yeah, if you're
Let's
illiterate, it'll be
read.
hard to know what words to avoid. Because unless you know that the t sound, but it's also the same letter, right?
It's literally based on spelling.
Yeah.
Texomalis based on spelling.
So yeah.
It's okay. We'll put you in the Vampire Night School, and you'll learn.
Oh no, it's a cho-cho!
It starts with T. Would you like some tzatziki sauce? You guys are taking the elevator down to the reactor room. Alright, you know what an energon reactor looks like. It's a giant tube full of purple energy that mines energy from alternate dimensions and condenses magic into a power source.
I had to set one up for the city, so yeah.
This does not look like that. Or it does, but it's been modified. It looks like they didn't have the material to properly split energon entities, not even the basic stuff. So instead, their reactor is full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of magic-cursed swords that they're running psycho-spiritual magnets over to draw cursed power out of.
Well, no fucking wonder they got this plague.
Yeah, but they lined it with lead.
Fucking assholes.
How did they survive this long?
They lined it with lead.
He's just kind of saying that out loud in character. It's just like, how? How do these people make it to the
Oh
finish?
god! Yeah,
How
the
is it
magnets
cursed?
spinning over top of the swords being suspended basically are emulating a person using the sword and are drawing energy from the swords cursing that person.
Neat.
What curses are there? All sorts?
No, just one.
Which one?
Curse of Swords from Texomalis.
Ah.
They're Texomalian swords. They all look identical and have barcodes on them and have like a hoop for the hilt so they can be put on like a rack with a pin. Because he makes millions of them and drops them on people.
I'm actually going to send a message to them. I don't know if when we text it'll do the thing too.
Yeah, they're not even looking at words that start with T.
So I'm going to send a message to their phones for them to try saying a word that starts with a T. Just because I want to see if they're nowhere near us. I want to know if it'll actually affect these people or not.
I mean, you're saying words with T all the time coming into here.
But it might have been affecting them. I don't know.
No, they weren't being like, in their pods. They were fine and stable.
I assumed it was because they were.
In their pod?
Yeah.
You couldn't hear it.
No, they were just in sex pods. That's it.
They're not magical.
Terrible.
Never mind then.
They were just in a VR reality where they were able to mentally, mimetically edit words that started with TH out of their vocabulary and replace them with other words on the fly, so they would never run into this problem again.
Useful.
Yeah.
Do they have a backup generator at all?
Yeah, but it runs on souls and they don't really want to use it. They've been collecting animals for it.
I'd say most likely we could simply disassemble this entire stupid thing and just take everyone back with us.
I mean, we build another generator.
You could replace the swords with a different sword that does something else that isn't horribly cursed.
Now we could grab your swords from the ship.
You could also install an energon generator.
We could,
We'll
but
just
we
turn
need
it off and
those.
bring it with us. Like these stupid people. They can just live with us. It's fine.
Where do they get all these swords?
Where indeed?
there like a sample we can withdraw or something like that?
Yeah, they have a catalog for when they get spent.
Are you capable of figuring out where they got all these from? Is that within your purview?
Yeah, probably. Artifice and check it out.
Yeah, there's a log sheet like at the station, written on paper.
The God powers.
Godbound.
I'm educated. That's God power.
Yeah, so they have a room full of graves and tombs and shrines of Texomalus that have been defaced. They've defaced and spited him, and that's where they throw the swords that have been spent, and they just seal that up while playing over and over movies and videos and music telling them how much Texomalus sucks and has a tiny penis. And then when the swords recharge, they take them out and throw them back in.
What, are they powered by spite?
Yeah.
Have you met Texomalus?
No.
One of the records is just it saying his name over and over again because he hates it when people say his name. It's a blasphemy engine.
That's why it's a T. That's what does it.
Yeah.
It's Texomalus. Okay, that makes more sense.
Where can I get one of those T-neck necklaces? It's a cross. A cross from where? It's your basic blasphemy engine.
They keep calling them that.
That's what they are. They power a lot of their tech off spite.
If I ever find one that's built off spiting me, I'm gonna have very hurt feelings. They just rub garlic all over them.
It's just your head and you're spitting on a mirror with your face on it constantly. It's a giant fountain rotating, spitting on yourself.
I'd be angry, but I can't see myself in this.
But yeah, that's what they've been doing. With your artifacts and god powers, they bought them.
Oh.
Someone provided them.
Do they say in the logs who bought them?
Yeah, it's the guy they have in the break.
Oh. Okay. Well. So they got it from the guy in the brig. And...
Yep. He was a shady traveler looking to sell magic items to help them defend themselves from breakers. And they immediately spotted that he was some sort of asshole trying to sell them cursed items. And they were like, oh, we can adapt those as a power source. So they let him dupe him into selling them really cheap magic swords to help fight off breakers. And once they got all the swords, they beat him up a bunch and put him in jail for being a Texomalus cultist.
Oh,
Wow.
No trial.
It's dickish on everyone's end.
I didn't know he was a Texomalus guy.
No trial.
I thought you just found a village that was crushed by a bunch of swords and just took some of them.
The Marquis is going to snap a picture of his dossier and send it over to Mattiel since she's going down to meet this guy. Just as a heads up. In case he tries to charm you or something.
Oh, I can't read.
With his
I want to buy some swords.
There's a text-to-speech option.
I don't know your future language. You talk weird.
Alright, we should at the very least stable this, I suppose.
Yep.
Text-to-speech mode.
So we're going to cut to the prison then while you guys are working on the curse generator.
Yeah.
Sure.
Should be easy between the two of us.
The blasphemy engine.
Cut to Thea. You receive a voice-to-text message. The two travelers took time to take tea.
Oh, you bitch!
Voices. Text to speech.
Mattiel. You go down to the brig.
Yeah.
So the brig is a prison area that has a bunch of cells that look like... Have you seen Star Trek The Next Generation?
Mm-hmm.
They look exactly like the brig from Star Trek The Next Generation. A bunch of cells with a laser door in the front where people have to sit in a glass prison and think about what they did. Okay. The prisons are all empty because there's 5 or 6 of them, except for one that has someone with a cloak over their head sitting down.
You look a little lonely.
Yeah. Hey, you're not one of those mutants. Oh, you gotta help those mutants. They're gonna do stuff to me, and they put me in this prison. I'm just a normal person like you. It's crazy. I think they're breakers.
Wow, you sound so unconvincing.
They don't listen.
Do you have
to
a
them.
name?
Yeah, I do. It's Gnome Ann.
Gnome Ann.
Gnome Ann, like N-O-M-A-N. But like N-O-M, and then there's a space for my last name, A-N. My last name is short because there's not a lot of last names in this past we live in. Together that we both grew up in.
Oh, he's really bad. There's no wonder they spotted him right away.
John Doe. That works here.
No man has heard me.
So what's your trade there, no man?
I'm just a weary traveler trying to survive in this frozen wasteland. I trade goods and miscellaneous things I find to try to eke out a living and help people defend themselves against this horrible wasteland we live in.
That's very noble of you.
It is. I'm
Is
a
there
good
a-
person.
Is there like a
I'm lawful good.
Okay, now you know for a fact he's from the future, because that's the shit that Acer would say.
Ixer, is that you?
Ah, I'm the dark ace.
Okay, oh no, he's not.
I mean, you don't know that.
No iteration of Acer would be equal to a different god.
You've uncovered my identity as dark bad guy.
can I make out the workings of like the door and the
It's a laser door with an off switch over there. It says off.
If only I could read.
Like by the door, there is a red light that's lit up and a green light that's not lit up. And if you hit the red, it'll go green and unlock the door. This is something you probably could put together because you're a very smart person.
Also, you own an airship, so
Laser
presumably you
sword.
can figure that
Yeah,
out.
I figured.
You understand red light, green light.
Well, my name is Matil. I'm also known as someone who doesn't particularly care for locks. And I'll turn it off.
Boop. Haha, you freed me from these mutants that were probably going to do awful things to me. Thank you. Well, time for me to go. You have yourself a wonderful, what is it, daytime?
Yeah, maybe stick around for a bit. You might have some trouble getting out on your own.
Oh, that makes sense, because this place is so strange and alien, I don't know how to navigate out. How did you get down here? Did you bring a ball of string and twine? Can we follow that back? Man, I think some of these parts of the wall that have these like rectangles on them, I think that might be a map, I'm not sure. What if we follow these to leave?
Sure, you know what? I'll just follow you.
Alright, I've been listening to their words a lot, what I can understand, and I've been just hashing it out. You know, they've like disfigured me and stuff, so I gotta keep this cloak down.
He is way more condescending than we are.
What a nice and approachable person.
Alright, let's go.
He speaks in simple terms.
So I'll just follow him.
Alright, yeah, you lead you directly to the elevator out. Yeah, I think I came down this when they captured me to like eat me later, so I think this is where we'd have to go.
Captured you to eat you.
Probably, I don't know why.
Not because
They're
you
so
sold
crazy.
him a bunch of shitty swords?
Hey, metal is hard to come by, so they should. I don't know why they're so mad about metal. Like, they have a lot of it. It's not up to their quality, I guess. I don't know. If I'd have known that they were good for metal and were, you know, mutant cannibals that can kill you with a gaze, I would have just sold them to a nicer village of people who were needy, but only had sticks and rocks and stuff. I wouldn't have sold them either, because what's commerce? I don't know. That's such a foreign concept to me.
What's with the act, man? Like, what are you trying to pull here? I'm just laughing.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just so confused, and I've been starving probably for the last few days. You know, I need to eat, so I'm just all.
Well, do you want to come back to my? Do you want to come back to my airship and have a bite?
Yeah, that'd be great. I could have a meal, and I could, you know, just go on my way. Ha 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 ha! I gotta travel. My tribe wanders a lot.
Gotta go where you're taken.
Yeah, just gotta go. I want to get away from here. This place is scary. All the lights shock me. He like taps one of the light bulbs. It doesn't burn me. It's not fire. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh my god, this guy is such an asshole!
I like his
I think
style.
Lothar, if he saw this guy, would just be like,
He's
Sorry,
every
guys.
Well, if Lothar saw this guy, would be like, man, he knows all the problems I have.
And you're
This is
my
every day
high
for
priest.
me.
Okay, I'll just text you that I'm heading back to the airship with a new friend.
Yeah, gee whiz, I don't know what's wrong with them. They get angry sometimes and they just explode. It's weird. Willikers. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so I think this room, the doors close, and like, if you wait, you're in a different place. I don't know. it's like it takes us places. He's in the elevator.
What a crazy magical world we now live in.
I don't know what to say about it. It's like going up a ladder that I've seen before
That
once.
moves for itself. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I've
crazy.
seen a ladder once because they're fairly new technology. I know that word too.
I've only heard of ladders in dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I just do my best as a lawful good person who's never hurt anyone. Who's trustworthy.
I've just met you and I trust you completely.
That's what it's like. You get rewarded for acting like a good person. It's this new thing called karma I read about in paintings on rocks.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to close my eyes and hope that I can remember the sounds the wall made. And maybe that'll take us out of here. He, closes his eyes and, taps on the keypad. Oh, first try! Oh boy. Something's happening. I hope we don't go to the underworld, to the land of wind and ghosts. Real scary. The door opens up. You're at the elevator dock. You're at the airship dock. Watch out for that giant dead insect. Hey, why don't I go investigate it? You stay behind. I wouldn't want my new friend to get hurt. You saved me. So I should repay the life debt I owe you, because that exists. It's part of my traveler culture. I owe my life to you because you saved me from that starving prison. So
I thought we were going to go to the airship, have something to eat, and see how long you can keep this up for.
Well, there's an airship there, but what about the bug? It might attack you guys.
I think we'll be just fine.
You should stay here and let me check it out and make sure it's dead.
No, let's just go to the airship.
Okay, you're so brave.
Presumably, he can't even leave on his own anyway. I assume he doesn't know how to open their quarantine locks.
That's kind of what I was assuming as well.
Right.
It's a Faraday cage. They're building when it's sealed, when it's closed. It's a Faraday cage. You can't leave.
He can't.
No.
Yeah.
You know how ghosts can't leave if you actually insulate a place? Same kind of rules for them.
I didn't hear that about ghosts.
You know what a Faraday cage is, right?
I know what a Faraday cage is. I didn't
Ghosts
know that
can't
it
leave
also-
because they run on the same frequency electricity runs on. So if you Faraday cage, then they can't get out.
Now that you explain it, it makes sense.
Right? It fucks them up. It's why TVs get fucked up when they're nearby, but the Faraday cage will ground them. I think that's how the Ghostbuster wall kind of worked. But it was nuclear powered, because fuck you, the environment. An uncontrolled nuclear laser grid.
They probably figured it would last really long.
Walter Peck was right. That's some shady shit.
Walter Peck was a piece of shit and a petty man.
But he was still right.
He
That's
was
some
not
shady
right.
shit.
Sorry.
No, he was the wrongest person ever. None of that was right. No, we're not doing the Walter Peck conversation. Oh boy, yeah. Oh, it's a boat, but it's flying. Oh, you live in that?
Yeah, how does it work? Nobody knows, not me.
It's probably a relic of a gift from the gods. Maybe Father. He slowly looks at his hand under his robe. Faust granted it to mankind.
Well, I don't know, because it works.
You saw his hand and
Nice!
oh, don't speak ill of the gods, they can hear you. That's what thunderstorms are, it's them being mad. When he said Faust, he also looked at his hand briefly, and the word, there's stuff written on his hand, he was like, gotcha. He was checking notes. His hand is also very patchwork, it looks man-shaped, but it had stitch marks all over it, it was from different people.
Okay.
Alright, you go to the airship. We're in the airship.
Yeah, I'll get him something to eat. Just kind of kick up my feet.
Alright, he starts eating whatever, what'd you get him? Bread? Meat?
Apples.
Chloroform?
So
You're like, oh yeah, we just drink chloroform. And you take it and pass it. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do it too, I'm hip.
That's how we roll in the past.
Yeah, that is how we roll in the past that we live in, right. He keeps his hood down and starts eating the apple. Boy, I haven't eaten food in so long.
simple foods.
It's great. He eats even the core and the stem. Okay. What's your game plan here?
I don't know, I just like him. I want to keep him around.
I don't know. I just want to make him uncomfortable forever.
You're my high priest now.
You just do a freedom gift so he can never leave your presence. He's just stuck there through, the laws of society.
You're my excellent
It'd be
fate.
fucking rude to leave, so he's stuck there.
Oh god. Alright, so who do we want to cut back to then if you're done with the Texo-Malus cultist?
Yeah, I'm done with him for now.
Who do we want to cut
I
to?
assume you're like keeping an eye on him,
Engineering,
right?
I think.
I'm sitting right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not gonna leave him alone so we can go away.
No. He doesn't get free run of the airship.
You can turn into black smoke and escape like a supernatural Carry on.
Just inhale him. I assume it doesn't take too much to, fix the engine, though.
How do you want to fix it? Do you want to just turn it off?
I've got my gift of repairing everything.
Oh, then all you have to do is repair the psycho-spiritual curse shields.
Yeah.
They
So-
failed.
Yeah. So I'll commit my effort for the day, whatever, and fix that.
Alright, a lattice work of circuitry and arcane symbols goes over, refreshes over around the chamber, and, you're sealing the radiation. There.
Fixed.
Excellent. Can I use engineering to, reinforce it so it doesn't do this again? Or if it does, there's fail-safes?
Miracle of engineering.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make fail-safes.
There you go.
Perfect. And then just gonna, text a thumbs up if they, everyone
Alright,
else.
so we cut back to the party room. They're all kind of standing around, they're drinking, there's a bar, there's an open bar, and they're just, getting themselves drinks.
We'll get to
They all
that.
have the same thing. All of these people, no matter their configuration, have a round, open, gaping hole in their body somewhere that goes straight into their body, and flush with it is a cube that's a Rubik's cube that's constantly solving. It's just something that's very the same that you're not used to. They're all so different. This is the one thing they all seem to have, and the bodies all have.
Once he texts me a thumbs up, I'm going to just be like, say yeah. No one screams or anything?
Oh yeah, they totally do because they still have the thing. You have to cure them first.
Kill me again, okay.
You have to.
Here again.
Bones. Yeah, bones.
Here again. Say yeah.
Everyone flinches. Frog guy's there. Fapples. Titanium. Aluminium. I can't think of anything to say that's T-shape. Thoughts.
We can call it a titty bar again.
Titty bars. Haha.
There we are.
Good job, Thea. Everyone clap for Thea. Alright, let's go kill and eat that cultist. Yeah.
One of my pantheon is also dealing with him.
Yeah.
I'll send you a selfie.
Just
Him in the
this is an
background.
ominously
Uncomfortable.
shrouded
Me and
figure
you.
with long cloaks and stuff over him.
So stuff is out of focus. It's having your thumb over it. And
Actually, yeah, because you're taking a picture of probably a demon, it's a little out of focus, and there's the ghosts of your ancestors behind it, or demon bright eyes under the hood staring at you like a Marble Hornets video. It's all Grave Encounters found footage.
Huh. Well,
Oh geez, your phone's out of focus. I mean, what is that brick?
does everyone want to meet me here? Are we just leaving these people where they are?
At a future pleasure palace? Yes, I shall leave you there.
Oh
Perfect.
boy. Fire up the probes.
Are you coming?
Well, I can't leave the dude.
Yeah.
And
I can't
bring
bring
him
him.
with.
Yeah,
To be killed and eaten.
I'm going to specifically, text that to you. That they did say that they wanted to kill and eat him, so...
The floor opens up and there's a deep frying basket ready full of oil.
I have a plan involving an elaborate mask.
I don't think that...
So is cannibals a regular thing? A thing with these people?
Well, define cannibalism. My friend?
Sorry, eating creatures that are intelligent and speak.
I
Only
mean,
when we're really pissed off. I mean, do you eat you obviously eat elephant, or talking bird, dolphin, people,
I eat the hell out of people.
crows. You ever eaten a crow? Basically people. Deep frying in some honey. Hey, Thea! You, Frogman kind of licks his lips a bit. You got any of that bee honey?
I do, but I don't believe we're going to be finding one.
I mean, we have some clone slugs in the back.
When you say clone slugs, have they ever had a soul?
No, it's cruelty-free. Unless the meat was sapient, but that's a whole other speculative science fiction problem we don't have to deal with.
Very well.
We have cushioning technology built into the cloning thing, so it's morally clear. Black and white buffers.
Very well. Yeah. I'll
Yeah, they drop some of the frog guy you're talking to, like some of his slugs in, like with honey and stuff.
Future evil.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, it's just him. He's like, all like comes out and he's like breathing, but like the way a fish does, because it's autonomous. And he's just like, everyone, get a brush. Look at this pudgy fuck, and then they throw him into the deep fryer.
This is all over that.
No, you guys come in as that's going down. It's like, oh, good. The auto cannibalism has started.
Yeah, tradition.
Oh, so we're frying people? I think one of my, brutally just toss them in.
I love you.
Let me know when you are
God.
finished. And
What?
the Marquis just gets into one of those pods, folds his arms over his chest, and lays back.
Vampire style.
Yes.
Yeah, you can still see what's going on in the party. It's not like you're going anywhere. Like, you're going to be in the Matrix, but you can also just hang out here. There's like drone bodies you can pilot too if you wanted, and like hologram projectors.
Oh, excellent. That'll stick
It's
around.
multimedia. they have programs in here you don't have in your library.
Do you look
I'm stealing those.
distressed? Like, do you look
You look
like
sad.
Lothar looks confused and slightly not approving, but not saying.
okay?
Frog Guy's like, gods get the first bite, and like they start passing around slices to you guys. And he's like, hey, come on, have a leg. I taste like. I don't remember the animal I taste like.
Chicken.
They went extinct a long.
I'm definitely-
time ago.
Definitely having some. I don't need to eat, but you're a frog.
Yeah, I guess look.
Oh yeah, my name Toddbringer. Not the jackass we genocided. It's fine. I'm just one of his clones that gained sentience and escaped.
What?
I was lobotomized, and I don't remember my past. They loaded a different personality in. And then the different personality took over the body because the original Toddbringer personality tried to come back because he was a wizard, and I had to lobotomize the original brain of this shell, and then we got into a psychic mind fight, and then I took over and gained dominance, and we switched places, and I tore that CPU out and threw it into a lava pit, and now I'm in control of the meat. It was a whole thing. I can't do wizardry. I love flies. Don't do that! Thea gave him the stink eye. I'm not even Toddbringer. I just used the name because that was the meat's name. I killed that Toddbringer. You should like me.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be keeping an eye on you.
You shouldn't. I killed Toddbringer for you.
That's fantastic.
You tried to escape to the
Also
past.
Are him.
You're Thea.
I am.
Remember
Thea.
that time you tried to destroy our world?
I did not do that. I tried to take over as the nature goddess.
Yeah, and then the second time, you were like, I'll bring fire and destruction to this realm and bring you into my world.
Oh no, the plague came back. Oh no, it's a tragedy.
The second time, there were spider hands everywhere, and people kept growing eyes. We had to put circles of salt made of diamond everywhere to keep you out, because it was perfect order. It was like a vampire with poppy seeds.
She does that. She puts her hand on his shoulder and just shushes him like, shush, shush, shush.
Toddbringer shushes.
Oh.
I'll turn to Lothar and explain to him that the meat is not actually people. Except one he threw in there, but
It's very impressive.
we didn't know he was going to do that when he did it.
It's cruelty-free, Lothar.
But yeah, it's...
Now, speaking of not cruelty-free, where's that cultist?
I don't believe we're going to be handing him over. One of my...
Did you show up to this?
No,
No,
he's
no.
on the ship with
He's
him.
specifically
All
not.
right. He's thinking you're being like, oh my god, this got dark.
It did get dark.
See, I can't believe them.
This, by the way, this whole thing is going to explain a lot of some of the rules in Lothar's
Yep.
like religious cult about not eating weird clone
Don't
shit
be
from
like
the future.
them.
This is like, yeah, this is actually an excellent like.
This is exactly what heresy is.
Perfect. They'll be my people.
Just a bunch of fucking cannibals.
So, what's happened to those holes and cubes?
Oh, these are our faith calculators.
Go on.
Oh, I didn't realize you know those. Okay, so what faith calculators do is, you know how people can generally feel love for a system beyond themselves and a greater world order?
Okay.
You know, worship, the
Yeah.
thing that you gods love? Well, that was doing a lot of nothing for us. So what we did was we drilled these into our bodies and actually on a separate plane into our souls, and they take the natural feeling of being at peace with the universe and turn it into processing power to power our hardware. So we just can't feel like love or worship or faith or any of that. But it powers most of our augments and our weapon systems when we have them on hand. Like he puts his hand up to a wall and a gun comes into his hand, and it goes from dead to immediately powered on. Pew! That's love! Pew, pew, pew.
Timeout. You don't need to pause, but timeout.
These people are useless to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
They're useless to all of us. They can't feel love for us.
Right? Like, you could
I
probably
mean, for
break
us, it's fairly narrow in the context of what's going on here.
I mean, we can just replace the power source with something else and we'll be fine.
You could probably break it.
well, take the Rubik's Cube out and just put like a battery in there and be like, there you go, asshole, just use batteries.
Here you go, Iron
Not
Man.
your capacity to feel at peace with the universe like a Buddhist. You fucking morons.
Like, could they fix that?
I mean, you could change it, sure. It's just a cultural practice. It's no different than telling a bunch of like people in Dulumbai in Arsum to go from worshiping the pattern to worshiping you. It'd probably be improbable or impossible. It's just culture.
Okay.
You could also just grind them up into Acerins.
Because, like, otherwise I was legitimately going to take back my healing.
Take it.
And just be like...
Their limbs just fall off.
There you did. We would have given you gold and money.
Children's tea.
Children's tea.
Critique
Like,
my second
legitimately,
coming
I
now.
was like...
Started trade with
I
you.
was going to just do it, and I was like, wait, maybe I should check if we can fix them first.
Of course we can fix it. We can do anything.
Yeah, we were trading with the Manticore outpost, and they outfitted us with these for, expeditions. Very efficient little corporate drones. No individuality. Rolls his frog eyes. He also has to close his eyes to swallow, because the frog eyes do most of the work.
Pushing.
Yeah, that's how frogs swallow. It's just nature. He said. That's just nature, the narrator says as he's chewing on his own clone leg. With a machine in him that turns his ability to feel faith into power for a gun.
Alright.
Disapproval stare.
These are great.
I don't see any problem with it. It's just clone me. It was never a person. Like...
But you saved us. We were going to totally die. It was a nightmare. We were exploding everywhere. We lost actual people. Like not in the fun way, like in the real way. Like, they actually gained over. It's just a tragedy. I don't remember the last time that's happened.
So, is there any other problem with the colony here, or is that it?
No, we were having an issue with our Energon engine, and we had to improvise.
Yeah, we fixed that. Is there anything else? Are they fine? Do you need more food? Do you need anything else?
I mean, they probably need less food now that maybe 1/3 of their population is dead.
There were like 2,000-3,000 of us, and now we're down to like 1,400.
Yeah.
Like, that's not counting people we haven't decanted yet. We're still expanding. We have entire libraries of people that aren't decanted.
Well, I suppose now you have more room for them.
It's ghoulish, but yeah. Yeah, that's right, God.
Of course, if you are looking for more room, we have a city set up, which has significantly more room.
No,
Open air.
that sounds great. That sounds really generous of you, but we're kind of doing our own thing. Garrett Show, the city, needs to kind of find its own place.
Of course. Then we would gladly open up trade operations with you.
We'd love to
instead.
trade with you guys. I remember you. You're the city vampire, not the common forest one or the water one. The city one.
That is what they called me.
We got into a fight once when the meat was in control.
You fought Toddbringer.
Everyone fought Toddbringer. He kept making copies of himself, the piece of shit.
Ripped my arm and leg off, yes.
Yeah, the Lord of the Machine came by and took him down.
Huh. What
No,
small,
I was the
small
Toddbringer that was planting bombs in your city. Sunlight bombs. Because we'd harvested it from the sun, Toddbringer co-opted that.
Ah, you wiped out one of my first clans.
Yeah, sorry.
Bridge
Real
under the
death. Game over.
water. We've both had much loss in our past now. But now is the future.
Yes.
Now is the time for, now is the future.
But yeah, we would love to do trade. His
Excellent.
voice modulates between normal and frog when he remembers he has to talk like a frog because he's in a frog body. He's trying to do the Toddbringer accent. It's hard. We also, we need supplies. We have things. We have programs, information, weaponry. Once we get our manufacturing facilities back up and running, we'll be able to start producing ships again.
Perfect.
We were sky explorers. We had cities on clouds. We came to the Arctic because this place is full of storms. We thought we could, shepherd a few, like we used to. We used to be farmers for the clouds. We used to corral them and take care of them and turn them into things people could use.
I'm sure you will certainly be capable of doing so again, especially once the weather here has improved.
It's pretty good right now as it is. We just need to get our weather tech up.
I think I did kind of lose interest with these people as soon as he told them about the thing. She's like,
Yeah, we're doing trade with the Manticores.
Excellent.
We'll let them know you guys are around. They probably think you guys are like a ghost or hallucination or like a fairy tale, so we'll let them know you're real and you have money. They like money.
Marquis kind of looks over at Matiel. Is that?
I know we live.
Oh, right.
Well, Maddie, we might be on
Right.
speakerphone or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
they know of me, so.
We have you on a tablet on a set of wheels. We're just pulling around.
Look, I know we're in the past and people here haven't discovered metal yet, but as far as, backwards go, Manticore still uses currency.
Establishing a worldwide currency may be for the
Oh,
best.
don't take 2 steps back. we got past money. Manticore's the only people who still use it because, they like keeping slaves. And calling them staff. Don't do that. I do what you want. You're a vampire god. You can stop me.
That is true.
I'm just saying, if I was designing a vampire society, I would have, blood be the currency. Blood coins. You know those water you can get that's like a gel that you can, chew and, store in your backpack?
Yes.
That but blood.
Universal blood donor, universal currency.
I'm sorry.
Excuse you.
Sorry. The blood standard, the blood dole. The dole was a food standard for it's this whole thing with servants.
Things to consider.
Don't make it metal money or fiat currency.
Diamonds.
At least the Joliarites work on favor trading. That's a little more tangible than cash.
Yes. Metal money would be too easy to copy or to fraudulent behavior.
Plus, the Manticore are good at it.
how do you stop people from just having blood farms where they keep people hooked up to?
We call that good business. Industry.
Yeah, if supply outpaces the demand, then that means expansion happens, and the expansion eventually stops the supply from the demand from
The free market shall manage itself.
That's never worked.
If this was a Manticore guy, he'd just be like,
All hail the invisible hand.
the invisible hand!
I guess I'll have to make more blood trees then.
First thing people will do is just hook up hundreds of slaves in warehouses.
I'm already hooking
And
up my
that drops the
buildings.
market on the blood. No, we're not doing currency speculation. Oh, you really saved us, and, yeah. Well, if you have that cultist line, you're great, just hanging out with him for a bit, just shooting the breeze, just rap talking.
I've got this on speaker. I'm just kind of peeling an apple.
You could make coffees with him, certainly.
No, not what he is.
What's
is
that
he?
photo again? Just like, oh.
The Slender Man thing. What is? You'll find out. You have him on your ship. You're doing the whole, we have him, but we're not going to give him to you to kill and eat. So you'll figure it out.
We are.
I'll give you a
yes.
hint.
Photo.
What do you kill and eat when you really hate it and it's alive?
Meat?
It's really opening the question. You'll figure it out. It'll be funny when you're dealing with the cultists.
What do you kill and eat when you hate it? And it's alive.
Yeah. It'll retroactively become funny when you go and meet that jackass.
Okay.
Oh, if we can get our hands on him. So good. No trial. No police.
I think we've achieved all we can here.
Yeah, thank you for saving us. Again, we owe you. You're in our debt. That's worth more
We're in
than
your
physical currency.
You're in our debt.
I said we're in your debt.
You said we're in your debt.
Yeah, we are in your debt.
Margie just puts a hand on Five's shoulder and says, it's not worth it.
Simple people.
Yeah, we gotta hose down the pleasure dome. We've been living here for a little too long, and they need to hose down the rest of our home because it's full of our family. Laid across it. You left notes on how you fixed the core, right?
Oh, yes, there's also...
Yeah, Manticore was extorting us for a new energon reactor, so we decided to try to use alternate renewable energy sources. We couldn't dig deep enough to get to the geothermals because this past of the Epistle, it hasn't grown enough, so there's actually no geothermals to tap into. You drill down too far, you just fall out and die.
Huh.
Yeah, Fui hasn't added more to the bottom. She forgot to put the lava in this time around.
Does that mean none of the mountains have lava at all? They're just
I mean,
mountains.
the ones that are volcanoes do, but there's not like a giant pocket of magma under the world like there used to be. Somebody forgot to add that in. Some big, stupid, careless oaf.
Could you just
She is awful.
harvest those suns from the underways?
No, they're cold suns.
Man.
They give off cold light.
Oh wow.
Also, they're all the way in the desert.
Oh, money there?
You know what we should do is start tapping some of the mountains and start selling the energy.
Good.
Yeah, we can't do what we did back during the war and capture enemy worshippers and spin them on the centrifuge until their magic drains out.
Clever.
Yeah.
Drain
Dickhead
blood
worshippers
and
who just
magic.
wouldn't get over God being dead. Well, thanks for saving us. We'll keep in touch.
Yes. Yes.
You get your
of course.
contact information, you give me mine, set up trade, we'll take pictures, it'll be great. You guys can come back anytime. We'll hang out. Dericho is always willing to host you all. You're great. There's a fifth one of you I keep inferring from context.
Here's a photo of him.
Her.
Our goddess of freedom.
That's really great. That's exactly what Dericho is all about. That's what all the colonies are about, except for Manticore.
Oh, yes, you will love her.
That's great. Yeah, she looks great. Wait, is she a fawn? Some of the fawn turned? Huh?
Yes. More goat than sheep, but yes.
Nah, it's always kind of a balance. But hey, that's cool.
More
She
chic
can
than
worship that.
Azazel, probably.
Oh, no, wait. He's like holding his heart. No, I want my mother. Puppies. No, nothing. Well, if we could, we would. But we can't, so we won't. We'll send her flowers.
I thought they were going to say like their cute little outfits.
Yeah, alright, Faye. I like how you think. Alright. Anyway,
You're setting
you have to
her up
leave
for the
now.
date.
I'm sure you have more important things to do now that you saved us from extinction.
No, out of character, but
Yeah.
in the future, fawn, like goat, sheep people were created as clones because the Jolarites thought they were cute, and they would dress them up in degrading little outfits and make them like little secretaries and stuff.
Also, their species was going extinct because one of their members became a Hell King and made them infertile.
Oh yeah, they didn't invent them, but yeah, they brought them back.
The
from
Jolarites
extinction.
tried to save them with cloning tech for like, for like midwifing.
Yeah, but
And
they also
because Jolarites are oppressive and objectifying, it kind of went a little weird. They started modifying the babies inside the tanks to be like stronger, faster, smarter, more intelligent.
Sounds like my people.
Prettier.
Yeah, and it just kept getting out of hand until the species was just perfect, and then they had this debt they couldn't repay, and it's this big, complicated.
Another reason to hate the Jolarites, basically.
As if we needed more.
They didn't mean to accidentally create racial debt that could never be paid back, but they did.
It's just, as far as condescending creatures go, they're kind of up there with the hyper elves.
They don't mean to.
Oh no,
They
no.
do.
Neither do the hyper elves.
Oh no, the hyper elves mean to.
Really?
They
Yeah.
know what condescension is. They're a master of every type of linguistic skill.
They invented it.
They invented the condescending tone. That was them.
So
How do you think they first interacted with Fui and Foss? What do you think the first tone of their voice was when they talked about
Yeah.
it?
When the
Can I see your
firstborn
menu?
of the firstborn were born, they were already condescending.
Yeah, like
The
the first
first
words out of their mouth were like, oh.
good for you, Fui.
Basically, it was like Fui and Foss were like, oh, you guys are alive. It's like, well, it is true that you must be gods, for only deities like you could, together, with all your might, create something as perfect as us.
The first of the firstborn. The first was
Just
said.
throwing that out there.
So we'll leave them to mop up.
Yeah, it's a lot of mopping and hosing.
Fine, just send the broodlings out to just lick all the walls.
Oh, don't. Oh, gross. What are these? Goblin fawn?
What are these goblins talking about?
Yeah, no, that's in our bioweapon division. We don't open those caskets.
Please don't.
Much appreciated.
I don't even know why we keep them. I just think we might have brain damage. But we don't want to
We'll
incinerate.
never fully get over them, so
Well, if we incinerated them,
the
they
ash
might.
might.
If we disintegrate them with the spell disintegrate, even the dust.
It's best to simply forget about them.
If we think about them too much, one of the clones goes weird through your ideas. Anyway, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. Have a beautiful time. Wait, can we come into your airship? Wait, no, that's probably we're holding the cultist who wants to kill and eat the skin. Toes up.
Why did you want to come in?
Oh, just to say hi to the god, the goat goddess. The goddess that is a fawn.
We can send her up to meet you, most likely.
Wouldn't mind saying hi.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Simply come out with us, and we'll send her down.
Can you guys just switch over?
We'll keep an eye on them unless you don't trust us not to shoot him in the head repeatedly.
I trust you to do whatever you will.
Like, you seem to want to keep him, so whatever.
I find him amusing.
Until he...
You have a freedom gift that can just free him from Texo mails, but you seem content to just keep around.
You could do that. You could sever
Well,
his
I
link
could
forever.
if I knew that was the link.
You do. You're a freedom god. You instantaneously know everything about
You know who
slavery
he's
and
a slave
servitude.
to.
I thought you were
Oh,
just
really?
enjoying making him uncomfortable.
Well,
Hey,
that
you
too.
never, hey, how often do you deal with stuff like this, right? We'll come to that after we
gonna
talk to these
savor
guys.
this.
So
Maybe
yeah,
you're just figuring out, you're like, hey, wait a minute, there's more going on here. I'm a god of freedom. I've only dealt with literal slavery, not metaphysical slavery.
so we'll switch positions with you and just be on the table staring at him.
He's just kind of sitting there. Anyway, when you go up to the freaks and mutants and monsters that are future people, they just love you. Because you're like a sheep goat girl, woman,
Yeah.
soldier, warrior, princess god.
Who dances?
Yep.
Oh, they fucking love you. They hang out with you.
Do a little dance for us.
They don't...
I would love to do a dance.
Wait, you dance?
I dance exceptionally well.
Oh my god. Yeah, they love you. They're like, oh, yeah, if we could worship, we'd totally worship you. All of us at once. Like, Thea saved us, and we love her for that. If we could. But
And I understand that you guys were trying to work something with the weather.
can you do stuff with the weather?
What were you looking for?
I mean, we were just gonna, start herding clouds and storms again and building, cities and outposts on tornadoes.
Yeah, I'll just kind of snap my fingers.
Show your power,
Yeah, do a little.
because you're a
tap.
goat, woman, warrior,
Summon
cloud
the weather.
dancer,
Pirate.
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 Pirates are cool. They wear leather. Yeah, wow. Oh, we're really disappointed that we don't worship things because we convert into pure energy. Huh.
Well, maybe we can talk about that.
Maybe we could. You have like jackbooted soldiers with shotguns too. It's really cool. Really missing out. Well, you have a beautiful time. Here's a bunch of gifts. They give you gift baskets. And Thea, too, of course, obviously. And all of you guys.
Just
Your
in
gift
different
basket is
sizes.
just a bunch of beakers full of blood they just had.
Oh, yes, that is.
Oh, for him? I thought you meant for me. I'm like, what? What?
For the blood, honey.
I'm like, I mean, thanks, I guess?
No, they got you flowers. They have replicators. They replicate a bunch of flowers.
Cool, I guess.
They don't really know what to do with you guys. They got you gifts.
It's like when you're invited to a stranger's wedding, you're like, gift cards?
Money in an envelope.
Anyway, they like you.
Great.
Hilariously enough, you being the Antichrist of Texomalis, and also being basically everything that they go for because they're the Empire of Dericho, who were like cloud surfing storm people who destroyed the sun with missiles. I think
You
you're
got freedom.
And would I commit Dominion to like change their religion over?
It wouldn't be impossible, that's for sure. It'd be impossible for these guys. But it'd be improbable for you to just be like, I'm just gonna change your culture. And they'll be like, yeah, okay. And they'll just start tearing those Rubik's Cubes out.
Free
You
their
could-
minds.
But if you did something
Yeah.
first, like if you used the sky thing to show them, like, how about I do some sky
Yeah, that's
stuff?
if you did
and
like
then-
a quest with them and stuff. Oh, I should tell you what the theme of tonight was, since you solved the first thing out of two. Or not even out of two, but every time you did a Dominion project, I built a hook off of it. Not a problem, not a punishment, just a hook.
Nice.
So Kevin making Clan Capnos was the vampires start feeding off a place that has way more dead than they should, and it's a plague.
Mm-hmm.
And that's this. This whole thing is just Kevin created a vampire clan.
The 8 souls of the dying.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we found a lot of dying, we're so sorry. Trading the pirates into elite warriors mean that they're going to start going and taking revenge on, like, hyper-elf slave armies.
Hell yeah.
And you're like, that's not a problem. That's a feature.
That's a solution.
Creating so many birds, attracting the attention of a breaker. And there's other ones you haven't run into quite yet.
You just create an entire like
That makes
band of
sense.
problem solvers.
But every time you do Dominion, it creates a hook that you guys can go on for an adventure. For
That makes
rewards.
sense.
They did have god parts they would have given you, but they used them fixing their shit, so they're no longer available. But had they had it, you would have gotten shards from them.
That's fine.
Instead, they'll trade with you and do stuff with you and hang out. And there's like possibly up to 3,000 of them once they start decanting.
Wow.
Okay. And a bunch of people come to the surface and wave you guys off as you leave. Bye-bye.
Okay. Give him a nice wave back.
They're doing like laser shows and stuff on the clouds.
Yeah.
Nice people. You guys flying off.
So, do you want to wrap this up today, or do you want to do the other thing as well?
I mean, you have that guy on your bridge right now, Peter. Why don't we deal with that first?
I'd also
Ah.
like to just make sure no one on the ship is infected.
I know you did.
Okay. So we brought a lot of people with us, and
Yeah, the Marquis is just at the table, kind of tapping the barrel of his gun against the table, staring at this Texomalis worshipper.
before we do leave these people, actually, I want to at least spread a bit of my network here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And let them
yeah.
know that, like, they're connected now.
Yeah, they're all
so,
up for that. Like, oh, do it.
Yeah, they're connected now, so now they can communicate with us back in our city and stuff if
Yeah,
they need to.
it's great. That's excellent. You're amazing. You're a miracle.
Proceed to the next scene.
Drop half a ton of bee stuff. Just like, here you go. Fucking walls exploding with fungus and stuff. Like, yeah, this is fine. We'll build around this. We'll take some clippings and just reorganize a bit. So yeah, you're on the airship. Well,
So where do you want us to let you off?
just anywhere works. I travel in the snow in the winter. I'm a wanderer.
And can I magically tell that he's in a bargain, or...
No, you can tell he's directly connected to the Hell Lord Texomalis. Like, he is servile to him.
Oh,
And Texomalis is all about slavery.
willingly?
But not by the definition you run off of, no.
Can
Course.
I work a freedom miracle to dissolve?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a freedom gift. You
Yeah.
totally just do it.
Okay.
Just be like,
I'll just kind of wave and do that.
Break these chains of love.
I won't make like a big showy deal out of it, but I'm sure he could feel.
yeah, there's like the sound.
Bond
There's all the
seller.
sound of like metal snapping.
So, anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere. He smiles under his hood.
All right, let him off anywhere.
All right, he's gonna leave your ship.
Wait a moment. I want to know what you are.
No, you don't want that.
I do.
What I am? I'm just a traveler. I'm just one of you.
That's a sob story.
I know you are connected with Taxomelis.
What?
So
No,
purpose,
the
so
absolute
purpose.
ruler? Who would ever? I'm just a normal man. My name is No Man.
That's not your name. That just means no man. Tell me what you are.
I'm a pinnacle. I mean a hyper. I mean a I'm just a child of the humble elves. One of their cast-off freeds.
You're a fertility dude.
Yeah.
You can probably tell what kind of breed this guy is.
It's a demon.
Ooh, demon.
Yeah, that's a demon.
No, you're not. You're not from the kind masters.
Yes, I am.
As it says, eating someone's leg deep fried.
He just kind of lets that hang, and he's like, "Yes, I am."
See, she's from their stock.
No, I'm from a different kindly master stock.
There's only
It's an
one.
island you wouldn't have heard of, because we're in the past and there's no cartography,
You wouldn't
and I don't know what that word is.
Guys, just let him go. He's gonna do his thing. He's
Yeah.
been freed of his servitude. So let's just let him go and see what happens.
He was. You're just fine with everything that happened back there. You don't care if he keeps doing that.
Well, he doesn't serve them now.
I mean, just because you don't serve something doesn't mean you aren't a terrible, terrible individual.
Yes.
Especially given
What do you what is known about?
I mean, that just implies that fast food workers are as evil as their corporate overlords. That I don't know about.
Look,
out of character, what is the general for demons?
Oh, the classical demon is a Caparacan troll. The classic demon, the first thing anyone will ever think of when they think of a demon is a 15-foot tall mound of flesh and bone and iron nails that will rip you apart and strew your body across the landscape for fun.
But so the general consensus.
Demons are evil and irredeemable. They're literally called demons. They come from Satan land. This is not a Paradise Lost situation where they're kindly creatures that are misunderstood.
Yep. Okay. So this
We are talking full-on exorcist demons here.
So this is a demon.
Well, it smells like one.
Oh, yeah. When I was down there was a shelf labeled Demon Musk because they're so horrible down there, and I got it on me, and it got into my mouth and stuff, and I tried to rinse it out. It just did not work out. Ha ha ha.
isn't it adorable how it just keeps lying?
Do you want to back the ship over it?
I want to back this ship up over.
We could just land a few times. Repeatedly.
All I know is
Or
before
you
it
could
didn't
just-
have a choice. Now it does. And either way, I'll probably meet it again.
It's going to go out. This thing, from what I understand of what happened, nearly destroyed an entire civilization of highly technical with strange wizardries.
No,
I don't like to think
It
what.
saved them by
So-
giving them the materials they needed to make the generator. The
No.
generator broke.
No, it went up to them and said, "Do you want to buy some swords?"
And they
Yes,
said
these are cursed swords. And they said, "You're a terrible, terrible liar. So we know right away that you're."
Could you imagine
obviously
what
trying to curse
what
us.
the people of Flowers would have done if they had received these swords that caused their
They would have
bones
just died.
to explode?
They
You wish to
must.
unleash this back on the world?
He may not have access to the swords anymore. I don't know, but he's still a demon.
There is nothing.
I just found those. I don't have access to them. What do I look like? Someone who has supply and command? Not me.
There's also nothing stopping you from claiming allegiance to yet another lord.
Well, who would worship demons? They're evil, and I'm lawful good. I wouldn't do that. I'm practically a paladin.
Well, what are you suggesting?
Tearing limb from limb.
That sounds awfully bad.
That's one vote for, one vote against.
I mean, you're respecting his freedom to leave, but you should also respect his freedom to tear
I
that limb
absolutely
from
am.
limb.
I'm not stopping him from doing anything.
I too.
Villagers. This is a dark conversation you're having. It's not very Paragon.
He just kind of glances over and he's like, I too vote for Lothar to tear him limb from limb. Let's call a vote.
A vote has been declared.
It's happening,
I would have
Ron
at least
Paul
one.
Giff.
Pardon?
I would have at least one limb, but I don't necessarily have to have the whole.
I don't think anyone's going to stop you from eating whatever you want that's left over.
Come on, Thea, you're a nature goddess. You love all living things. And I don't know about you because I'm so ignorant, but you seem like a good person. What would Acer and Faye... Oh, what would your dead... what would your betraying sin...
Your peas do.
What would Fui do? Absolutely nothing.
You're a very pretty nature goddess.
They were probably actually so laughing. That was amazing. You couldn't find any way to have purchase
You don't
on
have
like...
any positive intimacies.
You have such grasp of the odds of your many, many hands.
No. We shouldn't just let him go. I mean, we can keep him prisoner if we don't want to kill him, but...
Are you going to enslave
We can't
me?
keep him prisoner. We either kill him or we let him go.
What?
So what are you
You have
suggesting?
such a strange morality.
What are we going to do when we have
Swift
criminals?
Death to protect the
Yeah,
protect
is every
us.
crime going to be a death penalty?
Is it a
They
death penalty or
jaywalk,
just...
they die?
I do not do that.
Whoa.
But his
That's just a
crime-
death. That's
his
just a...
crime in particular is selling cursed swords that cause people's bones to explode out
I
of
just
his-
found
yeah.
salvage, a brand new
And
word I just
also,
coined.
he is a I'm going, of course, by your expert opinion, a demon, and there is one very simple solution.
That's prejudice, another word I just
Wasn't you
coined.
suggesting earlier that, temporary slavery until they redeem themselves?
There's no
No,
That
that's-
just sounds
for
like
a demon.
slavery with extra steps.
Okay. No, but...
Which
okay.
I'd be for if it meant
Unless
not
one of
dying,
you
but
has
that's
a
what
power
slavery
to
is.
change his mind completely, which brings up many more questions.
I don't know.
We just put some bees in.
What are demons? Like, are they
The
actually...
souls of people damned to hell turned into twisted abominations that love evil and murder spells.
Do they still have souls?
Yeah, totally. They're
So-
objectively evil.
So if we destroy them, they'll go back to hell, and then...
Unless you're
Oh no, they just go to oblivion, just like people who worship Foster Fooey.
Oh, weird.
You just spend a bunch of time in a nightmare realm, or you get sucked into the ethereal energy of hell and come up as 1,000 little tiny petitioner demons, and eventually digivolve up into bigger demons,
Can we trap the soul and recycle it?
like Acer and Faye style.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, we can just cleanse demons.
Yes. What do you think the hell divers were doing to bolster their ranks with like zombies?
I thought they were just,
Yeah, just
mind
murder
control.
them.
No, they were eating them and absorbing their power, or like turning them into war machines.
Yeah, but I didn't realize they were, like...
What they were doing was not redemption.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was
That's what I mean.
bolstering their numbers.
Yeah, that's completely different than what we're talking about.
The Marquis will just kind of gesture for one of his, vampires to come over. It's like,
Oh geez, it's a vampire.
you can tear him limb to limb. She'll make
Naturally
sure that...
chaotic evil.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't have the opportunity to go and do that. All right.
Well, if you want a redeemed demon, you can simply take the soul for yourself and create a...
I really wish I had self-determination that's being denied from me with these acts of violence.
Yeah.
I guess the lesson here is
Manifested destiny.
before. It's like, I guess violence is the ultimate source of authority. You're gonna try to attack him?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's combat time, guys.
Ooh.
Cause, like, seriously.
Update your battle sheet, guys.
Now that I know that... I have no effort left. Now that I know... Like, I didn't know what demons were like. I didn't realize they just had souls I could take.
Everything else solves a good take.
Like,
So,
Okay.
he's, like, out of character, he's very enjoyable. He's great. But, like,
I love this guy.
in character, it's like... Why did... I also say I was very confused about your morality. It is
I may have been being a bit...
very confusing.
I mean,
I married a communist.
that just sounds like...
when you...
Communist. That just sounds like the opposite of the universe. Slavery is bad.
What is objective evil?
Okay, HPs, guys. Crimson Marquis, what's your
Or are we
HP?
pausing to fill up the battle sheet?
Yeah.
Yes?
This sounds like it's him and it's a one-on-one. Because you're
Yeah, let's just let him do it. He's the murder god.
Wolfar, what's your HP?
Yeah, if it turns out that he can't just kill him in quick, though. Like,
We'll all just start shooting.
yeah.
Alright. I guess we'll just pause.
Max HP.
Alright, so you're gonna attack this guy.
Yep.
Alright. I
He's
guess.
a demon.
Oh, yeah, alright, so as you're going to attack him, he kind of, moves a defensive posture back, and his cloak falls, through him, like it's clipping. And he looks exactly like Acer and Faye. But, as if he was stitched together from a bunch of different Acer and Fays. And he has, weird, skitzing VHS, clipped tape eyes. They're just kind of, flicking around. Look at his name on the sheet!
Is it backwards?
Oh, you bitch.
Have some of your Acer and Fays not reported in?
Or this is just one he stitched together from a bunch of dead ones.
Though presumably they wouldn't be reporting it if they were dead.
Yeah, but Acer and Fays die. Not all the time, but frequently enough.
Also, the future people have,
Yeah, these
A
people
bunch
have
of
Acer and
Timon.
Fae in storage.
yeah,
They're not hard to come by. Not hard to come by at all. So Nosarin Yat, the lawful good demon of Texomalis.
angry.
Yeah, he jumps back and makes a motion with his hands, and he has, what do you call them? Texomalian longswords in his hand, pointed down like fangs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez, I've gained the power to defend myself. That must have been the magic you worked on me earlier, God of Freedom. And swords? Look, how did this happen? I look like her servant. That's so crazy. What a coincidence.
I'm Acer and Faye. Help
Yeah, I look like
me.
Acer and Faye now. Isn't that weird?
Well, he's
It must
blabbing
be
and talking
your
and looking
gifts.
at him.
So I'm
I
focusing
mark-
on you, dude.
Oh, he is looking.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. I don't want to be murdered. Who does, right?
I know, but he's not just instantly started attacking me.
Oh, no. He's in a defensive posture.
Yeah, that's fine. But as long as he's not actually started the fight. And he's
No,
done
you're
that.
starting the fight. He's an NPC. He goes after you, though.
Yep.
I'm an NPC.
Marquis brings out his phone and starts setting a video that's going to be sent back to the town for views.
Oh, gee, it's so weird. I look like your servant. It must be a sign from above. From you. Oh, gee.
I'm sure
So-
I've done something to offend Texomalis.
Resisting.
This
He can
petty
make a
fucking
spirit.
revenge.
He's my prey.
Yeah.
He can make a spirit save, or else he can't see me.
Oh, boy. Can I have dice?
That would help.
How many?
A D20 and a D6. That's it. Saving throws. 1, he failed.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
My first shot will then hit automatically and do max damage.
Oh, boy. He throws up 9 iron walls.
So that means no damage on the first round.
It sucks, right?
Oh, yeah.
But, a sword.
Yeah, you can dispel that, I think.
I meant he was copying.
Oh.
Oh.
Taking
So-
the shape of.
Obviously, there's no point in rolling the other two attacks.
No, he does that thing, that annoying thing that some monsters can do, where he's just blocking
Yep,
you
no sound.
at a speed that he looks surprised at. Oh boy! What a turnaround! Oh boy, where's this coming from? Certainly, I'm a powerful ally to have if I could not get murdered by this invisible ghost monster
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
in 6 seconds. 6 seconds for a round? Yeah.
He can see me after the first attack. It's just
He's acting like he can't.
yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Teen,
I'm afraid. Yeah, he's blocking like a trained murderer.
I'm going to attack.
Oh no!
There's no point.
You lost for
point
the
in
entire session.
Unless
The
you
entire session.
For the entire session.
unless you're doing non-physical attacks.
I don't have a wound to spare.
Or you could dispel whatever the hell he's doing. Or try to.
I don't know.
Is Purity of Brilliant Law a
Greater
gift?
Lesser gift of sun.
Okay. Brilliant
my.
Convention.
Oh no.
You fucking kids.
So,
And we
yeah.
were just talking about suns. Like the whole session was about just killing the sun and using its power.
So, yeah, he just brings out... I don't even know what this would look like for a vampire. What?
I was thinking a ray gun.
A ray gun?
Always.
Yeah, he just brings out a gun of his, and it just looks like he's going to shoot a bullet. Instead, it like makes a sound, And it just it cancels out 9 iron walls.
So that's for the scene.
That's for the day. Commit effort for the
Great.
day.
And then for the scene for the bleeding out the law.
Oh. Fudge.
Oh dear.
I will
I
now.
don't like that.
I will now attack then.
Oh, you
Sounds
really
like-
shouldn't like that.
Sounds like people are counterspelling. They no longer feel invincibly defended.
AC 5.
I don't think I hit. 8 plus 5 plus 4. I don't think I hit. I have mental math.
How about you, Lady of Murder Swords?
You wanna protect this guy?
No. Now that I can see that he's Acer and Thay, I'm less inclined to keep him alive.
They're so
I murdered you
replaceable.
once.
So replaceable. Yeah, I think I'll also hold and do nothing.
Oh, gee, I never got a chance to use my freedom. What a life.
Gonna commit Shattering Hand,
Oh, God. Hear it happening.
and I will leap in and attack him with my rakers.
Keegan was fucking talking with me certain like, oh, I'm lawful evil.
You commented on it too.
Yeah.
While he was doing it.
Just throwing that out there. Little,
He's
little
got AC
bits.
5.
Yeah. Little bits.
I think that will hit.
That will definitely hit.
For D10 plus 3.
Nice.
So
4 damage.
4 damage.
Oh, God.
Does he have any other damage that are affecting gift?
No, he only has sword stuff because someone has sword.
He can't use sword gifts against you. I think you're immune.
No, just because she has sword, he has sword.
Oh, yeah.
It only works on smites. Or that, like, if someone uses that, you can defensively dispel easier, I guess.
I thought there was something about, like, if someone...
Smites don't work on you if you have that ward mount. That's pretty much it.
Alright, and you're not doing anything?
No. I'm just
Okay.
enjoying myself here.
Oh boy, it's your turn again.
Okay.
Their turn.
It's his turn if he wants to break this thing. He might as well now.
Break his thing?
Well, you know, the
Act.
iron laws or whatever. But it's already broken. It was already counterspelled.
Oh, it doesn't break if he attacks. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's the other one.
The other walls holds until your next turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I was thinking of the other one that's
that really good one.
The other really good
Half
one, yeah.
floor. But
What's
then,
your AC?
Pretty cracked actually. I think. Oh, it's
No, it's 1. It's good.
1.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's got the regalia here.
Ha! He has to hit you on a 9 and roll 8. So hit you once. 4 straight damage.
Okay. Ow.
He just, I guess I'll defend myself. You guys are being dicks about this. And he stabs you.
Yep.
That works.
He's right.
Okay, that's progress. Alright, maybe I got a handle on this. Maybe today's my day.
Can you round?
Yeah.
New round.
I kind of like to kill him.
Yeah, you can probably go for it now.
Does AC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yep, that's 2 hits and a third. I'll re-roll that with Salted Luck. Nope, that will definitely miss. So 2 hits. Re-roll that. 8 damage. 2 hits for 4.
He's really dead. He's really dead.
Okay.
So he just goes down?
You just claw bite him.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a bunch of Acer and Thay faces and parts and skin and layers to him. He's like
it just sort of
a
comes
doll.
apart.
It's like if you're pulling at like wrapping paper or like aluminum foil and there's more underneath, there's just layers and layers of Acer under there.
If you-
Like an onion.
If you just bring it down to the dying state, I can have the vampire drain his soul out before it escapes. As well.
It's not going to escape. It takes like a month for that to happen.
Oh, right, yeah. So, yeah. Once you're done tearing him apart, we'll just kind of motion for the vampire to come in.
Once I'm certain he's dead, yeah, I'll just...
Yeah. You kill the Vengeance
steps
Mirror
away.
Shade. It mirrors people to make it like a mirror match. And it's like, oh my god, you have to kill your loved ones. And he was the closest thing to a loved one you guys have.
Wow, I'm so flattered.
Well, it couldn't be just, Taya loving herself.
Quick, name one independent person you guys love. Go, 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 go.
Myself.
My character has husbands, I'm sure.
Name them. Name one. Yeah. Yeah.
They're around.
I'm the only one with a guy, capital G.
He totally didn't bury them alive before he left.
Also, yeah, he just pulled the suit together. It's just like, haha, I have a body. I'm gonna sell these rubes swords. He's dead. He's dead on the ground.
Well, just throw that off the ship.
I mean, it's valuable.
Oh, right, demon parts.
Ooh.
Brother.
What's in the demon pits?
There's a sword in its body. It's a celestial shard.
That brings us to an even 5.
So we all get one. Okay.
And it got up a pretty big kill count on its own, so it got powerful.
Well, I'm sure someone somewhere learned a lesson from all this.
Somewhere.
He doesn't even point at anyone. He's just like, I'm sure someone learned a lesson from this.
I mean,
There's a lesson to be learned here. I don't know what it
Let's be learned here.
was.
Beast the Primordial style.
Sometimes shit just happens to people for no reason.
Well, that's that dealt with. Do you still want to eat it?
sure. Never
Oh,
did a demon
no.
before.
Marvelous.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we can run this soul through the wash and resurrect it?
Yes. Fix it.
You want it?
And one of the vampires drinks the soul, and then it's all like, oop, apple.
Excellent.
Okay, you're just taking it. You got it now.
I specifically want that. It looked like my guy. I'm taking this one.
The horrible demon thing.
Yes. It looked like my guy. That offended me.
I
You're
kind of
so
wanted to take the servant of my
I'm
sword.
gonna make him into an actual Eastern. Cause fuck that guy.
Jesus.
He's mine. Like, he's the one thing. You can't take that away from me.
I got soul will try.
And when you had Texamillis, you just made an enemy for life.
Why did that look like...
Well, because it stitched itself together from parts.
Demons are spiteful.
Flop, 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 flop.
Yes.
Especially Texomalans.
Oh yes, I'm sure he'll find out about this somehow and be very, very displeased.
Send a bee down the hell to him.
Or he'll send more to us and we can slaughter them all.
That's that.
Worthy
guy.
foe to have. It seems like something that deserves quite a lot of killing.
Well,
Those
You wanna
people were
go-
weird.
they were. Do we want to go slay the Skyblight?
I think if we don't, then it will come to deal with us. I don't think it's going to ignore the disappearance of...
All of its birds.
yeah.
Of course, the more you steal, the more likely it is to chase us down.
But I want to kill it in its home turf.
So we can find its thralls.
If not, I was thinking more sentry birds could be useful for the city.
Perhaps try anyhow to recruit more crows and bats. This fits the aesthetic very nicely.
Yeah, I would agree.
Murder everywhere.
So the plan is for you guys to go hunting Skyblight.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going next.
Alright. Sounds like a good place to end it.
Yep.
So, we'll do rewards and stuff after I stop recording, of course. But yeah, good times, guys. You solved
times.
a bunch of problems.
Yeah.
You solved one big problem, little ones along the way.
Don't worry, there'll be more Dominion projects and there'll be more problems coming out.
Well, more hooks, more fun things.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Alright, well, I was Devin,
Nicole.
Kevin?
Tyler?
Peter?
Mark?
and this is sponsored by Nobody, signing off.